Jax, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices or pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports. From Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com. All right, we welcome you back here to the Friday Night Zone Blitz, and we have action now all over the place as we take a look just coming out of the half. Nice 41-0 over Tokoi Creek. They get the football too, and they might be scoring again. Yep. Oh, this is a highlight. Oh, okay. That's not, I guess, a real play. That's a highlight. This might be live. Nick, this live? That's not live either. Okay. That's interesting that we're putting our highlights in the boxes now. Thank you. Oakleaf and Mandarin, and then we've got Fleming Island, Middleburg. Oakleaf, Mandarin, by the way, 12-0 in favor of Mandarin, and Oakleaf has the football here as they start this drive. It looks like, as long as that's live. And also Fleming Island and Middleburg. Fleming Island up as they just begin the second half. We have Sewanee and Atlantic Coast, 21-14. Stingrays down a touchdown. And Fletcher and First Coast. Fletcher's all over First Coast down in that game. Right now we have live pictures of that one. Middleburg's got to get going here because they trail by a couple of scores. So we'll keep an eye on that one as it just got going. That's our game of the week. So we'll have all the reaction festivities from that. We have our head coach, Coach Kevin Sullivan, also on the phone. He joins us each and every Friday. And hopefully we get some good finishes, Coach. But right now, some of these games aren't as close as we thought maybe they could be. And we'll see what happens in the next quarter or so to make it a game.
That looked like a touchdown up top.
Yeah, that was. I think, Coach, that was from like just some video right there. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just did this.
Highlights. There we go.
Yeah, that was just highlights. Hey, there you go. You're catching up. I know you're about a minute late where you are right now, so that's okay. Nick, let's take a look at the MAM shot there if we can, if you have that when you get a second. And we'll take a look at some of the other scores from around the area and check in on some of the games. So we'll give you an update on some of those as well. Look at Fletcher and continues to get it done over First Coast as well. All right, let's take a look at some of the scores over there and go through some of these. Riverside and Ed White had a camera there early on, and Riverside up 20-14. And Creekside is on their way to a district championship. I think the first one ever, Coach, if Creekside's able to get that.
Yeah, I think you're right there, and they're playing pretty good. You know, they put a challenging schedule, so they're battle tested and ready, and they seem to be rolling along pretty good right now. Yeah,
rain's all over Yulee. Wondered if Yulee could hang in there, and it doesn't look like they can tonight. Rain just keeps on thumping people, and they look very good. Columbia over Clay, 21-7. Bishop Kenny, 14-3 over Westside. Bishop Kenny, Coach, trying for a district championship, and it's been an interesting season for Kenny. They get off to that good start, and then all of a sudden they lost a couple of games. Like, what's going on? And it looks like they've rallied a bit.
Yeah, they battled back a little bit, Bishop Kenny, and they're well coached on both sides of the ball.
Wakulla and Baker County, that's a good game at half, 14-12. Colquitt County cammed it up in Georgia, 31-14. The Packers are always good. Those Packers, well, if they win, we hope the ones on Sunday don't. There's Buell's and Bartram Trail tied at 17. And, Coach, we know this, that game for Bartram Trail is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. Bartram can't afford to lose that one and be 3-5 with 2 games to go.
Yeah, they're already 3-4, which is pretty unique when you're talking about Bartram Trail. But right now, hanging in against a good Buchholz team. We'll see what they can do the rest of the way. And Bradford over Santa Fe, 18-0. As we go over some of these other scores, Baldwin and Andrew Jackson, 7-0 game. Stuart Weber was there a bit earlier. Trinity Christian, 21-0. You know, I was thinking about this, Coach, as we show some of this other action out here on the Friday night Zone Blitz. Two schools that we talk so much about all the time. We've hardly talked about this year. Trinity Christian and University Christian. We're going to visit with David Penland a little bit later on tonight, but it's just interesting that like those are two of the dominant teams in the area, and hey, this is all cyclical stuff, so it's not a criticism at all. It's just weird to not mention their names as much as we have in years past.
Yeah, and I think they both play a real high-quality schedule. You know, they both struggle getting everybody to play them year in and year out, and they've both been on tremendous runs the last 4 or 5 years. And, you know, Trinity almost all the time. You see usually a 4 or 5 year run down year, but again, on UC's down year, Coach Penn and them win the district, beating a really good Providence team last night.
Yeah.
And hadn't been really rolling offensively, and they put up a bunch of points last night. And Coach usually has these kids ready to go in the big games, and all those schools, a lot of tradition, a lot of pride in both those schools. So they're going to be sticking around come playoff time, trying to sneak in and get some wins.
Carlos Witherup almost with a fantastic catch for Oakleaf here at top. Hey, Nick, let's just take this game. I don't think people want to look at me the whole time, so let's just take a game full if we can. Mandarin and Oakleaf, and we'll keep an eye on this game as Oakleaf has moved the ball down the field. There was a penalty or two, and then they also obviously need to get in here soon on the ineligible man. There's a penalty on them now, but they need to get in the end zone trailing 12-0. As of right now, and get a score and make this a game. There's plenty of time, obviously, just in the middle of the third quarter or so, but they got to cash in on this possession, you would think, to kind of make this a ball game. So let's stay with this one and check out Oakleaf and see what they can do with this possession after the penalty. Quarterback, by the way, Jack McKissick, and they try to give it to Deuce Foy, and that goes nowhere. And there's that Mandarin defense, 51 and 57 all over the place. That defense has been strong. That's Austin Candler and Trevon Gordon for the Mandarin Mustangs. They've been relying on that defense. That defense has come up big, and they've turned into a defensive football team where I feel like last year or going into the season, we thought they'd be high-flying and score the points, but you lose your Florida State commit quarterback, and then you got to kind of change. Now, they've always had good defenders anyway. This was going to be a good defensive team no matter what. But now there's just a lot more stress on the Mustangs defense. Here's McKissick now, and he looks for a similar style play, and it might be picked off. Did he keep his feet in? No, he did not. That was Brody Jennings, Coach. I mean, every name they've got in that back end, that secondary is a high-profile guy, isn't he?
Yeah, those 4 DBs that they have, of course, led by the young man going to Miami, and I just drew
Stubbs.
Stubbs, yeah.
Drake Stubbs, yep.
But Stubbs, Jennings, the Jackson kid, young man, they've got 4 legitimate Division I guys in the secondary. When you got 4 legitimate Division I guys, it makes it a lot easier on the guys up front to get after the quarterback and play the run.
Yeah, and it really makes it tough for like Oakleaf, who actually he really can move the ball. He's got a good offense, but in this kind of situation, there's not a lot of ways to attack Mandarin's defense. And right here, Coach, they got a 4th down. They need something big here.
Yeah, I think you've got to try to do some different things. Maybe get some oversets, get some unbalance, and make those guys adjust. They just get out there and line up, run some motion, get some guys moving to try to get them and mess with their eyes, especially the linebackers. They've got 7 guys playing the run, Mandarin right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, on 4th down, McKissick put a ball in the end zone that looked like it could have been a touchdown. I don't know if a hand got in there or if it was just a drop going for the ball, but they weren't able to cash in. They had a chance, it looked like, and they don't get it. So now Mandarin takes over. 12-0 is the score there. And let's bounce around and see what else we've got. It looks like First Coast maybe had a little bit of a goal line stand against Fletcher, as Fletcher was already up 21-0. They moved to the 4th quarter, but they had a chance to get another score and really put the game away. And I don't know if First Coast was able to take the ball away from them, or we've still got another down or so. Hard to know with that scoreboard, so let's see what happens I think First Coast has the ball, so it looks like they came up with a good defensive stand there. So a nice job by the Bucks. Hey, let's bounce into the Fleming Island Middleburg game. As you probably just saw, there's some happy Golden Eagles, and they've been happy most of this game, 21-6 in our game of the week. Fleming Island leads this one. Fleming Island coaches a team that we talked about today on the show earlier, and they are playing some fantastic football at the right time under Coach Cipoletti.
Yeah, and again, with everything that happened to them early on the year, and then, they gave up big points. They were beating Creekside by, 16-18 with 5 minutes left and ended up losing that one. And since that game, they've sort of got back and have really scored some points and have really played solid football down the stretch. And they're playing themselves into a playoff spot also.
Yeah, and it's now 27-6 in favor of Fleming Island. After, did they score the extra point? They did. So 28-6 in favor of Fleming Island. So they are cruising to another win. And I think you said something really interesting. That Creekside loss was not a good loss, the way that game went. They were up 17 or something in the fourth quarter, lost it. That's pretty good character on this football team to bounce back the way they have and play their best football coming out of that one.
Yeah, and those are the tough ones, where you dominated the game, and next thing you know, they just come right back and beat you, and you've been going up and down the field at will, and then in the fourth quarter you can't get a first down. So they've done a really nice job getting their kids back focused on what they're doing, and they've got a really good team, and they can make some noise because they're dangerous offensively.
Yeah, they really are. Sebastian Broughton and company playing good ball. And right now, Middleburg's, how do you view Middleburg? They obviously run into the tough part of their schedule. This could be their third loss in a row. They got off to a 6-0 start, which was the best mark in some 35 years, I think it was, at Middleburg. And Coach Wolf's done a nice job out there. So how do you balance this, right? You get off to the good start. You're building the program. You're better, but then you go slide and lose 3 in a row. That can also be tough.
Yeah, and I think that you look at once now that he's got sort of his established now in his third year, and he's got to look to upgrade his schedule early in the year and trying to get their kids. So when you play good teams early, you find out where you're good and bad at. When you don't play good teams early and you sort of roll through people and beat people, and then you get into the good teams late in the schedule, you don't have a lot of time to make corrections and make changes. So Coach Wolf's done a really good job. They're competitive, but for him to take the next level, I think he's got to increase that schedule a little bit earlier and get a little tougher opponents early on.
Travis Pinkard, by the way, the running back there for Middleburg, and he with the carry. They're just trying to chip into this a little bit and make it a bit of a game, but they're down 28-6 right now in our game of the week, and just buzzing, kind of running into a buzzsaw a little bit, and one of the hot teams in the area in the Fleming Island Golden Eagles. We got 10 minutes to go in the Oakleaf Mandarin game. It's 12-0 in favor of the Mandarin Mustangs, so we will keep an eye on that one too. Obviously, the Golden Eagles playing good defense. We don't talk about Fleming Island's defense too much. But they're playing some good defense tonight against Middleburg and letting their offense do the work as well. Nick, let's take a look at Fletcher and First Coast. Give a little love to First Coast if we can. And we always give a salute to Coach Barnes as he's on the mend as well. Yes. So hope he's feeling good. Feel better if they'll complete that pass. And yes, they do. And oof, gang tackle right in the middle of the field is First Coast. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. No flag. No flag. Oh, maybe there is a flag. I don't know what's going on there in that First Coast Fletcher game as we'll try to sort it out. Try to get a name for the young man who just caught that pass. Give him a little bit of love. And let me go through my sheet and I'll find it. Jakari Matthews just had that catch. And well, they must have called unnecessary roughness on the tackle because Fletcher is moving backwards, and that's an extra 15 yards for First Coast. So Fletcher looks like they're going to win this game, and First Coast just trying to have some moments a little bit as this game's cruising by now in the fourth quarter as the clock continues to roll. First Coast just trying to get on the scoreboard and avoid a shutout. They did just have a nice defensive stand moments ago. So let's hang with this one and see if we can get something on the First Coast offense.
Yeah, they've had a quarterback change a couple weeks ago at First Coast, too. and playing another young man down there. So, again, they're young. They graduated a bunch of kids, and they'll just keep playing and keep doing what they do.
Well, number 80 there is Kindred Hurd. He had a nice finish to that run right there. Hey, did you just catch that?
Yeah.
After the pass, you talk about finishing football. He finished that one all right, and everybody was pretty jacked up on the First Coast sideline.
I think they get him for the suplex.
Oh, yeah.
You're I'm way behind you on that one.
You are way behind. You'll see the other run coming up here in a little bit after the catch, and that was pretty nice, too. All right, hey, let's talk to your buddy, Coach Ripley. We hear he's on the phone. Coach Sullivan, Coach Ripley. Coach, coming off a nice win for Crescent City last night. And, hey, first time, Coach Rip, on the new Friday night Zone Blitz. Good to have you.
Is he there?
I don't know. They told me he was there. Is he there, Brad?
I can hear you now. I didn't hear anything for the last couple minutes.
I'm giving him a hard time.
There you go, Coach Rip. You got us now?
How about now?
There you go. We got you. You hear us?
I can't hear anything.
You still can't hear us? We'll let Brad figure that out. We can hear you. Don't swear, Coach Ripley, if you can't hear us.
I can hear you, Brent. I won't swear.
All right. Okay, you got us.
I don't want no FCC fines for you guys.
Yeah, please don't. Heck, we can take care of some fines on our own. Hey, congrats on the win last night. Thanks for jumping in on the show with us, Sully and me.
Thank you. You know, it's good to be 7-2 and know that we're going to the playoffs and all those good things. Our kids are working hard, and that's all we can ask when you get to this part of the season.
Yeah, tell us about that game.
Oh, it was actually a statistically phenomenal game for us. Like we ran 18 plays on offense, racked up 441 yards, and had 3 touchdowns of over 60 yards rushing. So it was an impressive night for the Raiders.
Wow, that's awesome. Sully, what you got for Coach Rip?
Coach, where are you going tonight? On the road on a hot date, I heard, huh?
I think I lost you.
You got me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
We got you.
All right. I got you. I can hear you now.
You might not be able to hear. Maybe you can't hear you, Sully. Try it again.
Rip, you hear me?
No, I got no Sully. I got Brent, but no Sully.
No, I don't think you can hear me.
Okay. Well, hey, I'll translate for you. Rip. He said you got a hot date tonight or something, and you took time to call us.
It's my girlfriend's birthday, and it's very rare that we get a Friday to ourselves, so we hightailed it out of town. We're headed to Atlanta. We're going to go do all the stuff in Atlanta for her birthday.
Hey, good for you, man. That's awesome. And somehow she's like, well, I'm hanging out with a coach for sure. If he's calling into some show on a Friday night, he's not playing.
when Sully texted, she was
and he's probably going to watch the Dodgers, too.
So hey, what now? You know you're going to the playoffs. You're 7-2. You feel pretty good. I think I talked to you a couple of weeks ago. You said you got to stay healthy in some areas. Have you continued to do that?
Yeah, we're okay right now with our health. You know, we got one kid dinged up right now. Last night he kind of turned his ankle. So we got to get him right. He's a big time contributor for us. Zay Robinson Jr. and starts for us at linebacker, plays tight end and wing back for us. He's a good player. He's going to be a great college football player someday. And then, unfortunately, our starting fullback is probably going to be out for the season, and he's got a hyperextended knee, and he's got some MCL damage, and they're just real unsure of how it's going to go. So we should find out here shortly what the diagnosis is for him. But other than that, I can't complain about our health.
Oh, that's good. And what do you do? I mean, obviously you got some games still to go, but do you start already kind of gearing toward the play? Do you do anything different? Just keep rolling and trying to get a win?
So the biggest thing you do at this point is you try to refine practice, to get it a little shorter, to get it a little sweeter, those kind of things, to where you're limiting your live reps, to where you're doing a little bit more brain work to make sure that you're still getting work, you're still getting prep, but we can't beat on each other because we don't want to lose anybody, especially not in practice on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, those kind of things.
Yeah, that makes sense. Coach Ripley down in Crescent City with us here on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. I'll let you go because I don't want your girlfriend to get mad at us. If she get mad at you, I don't want her to get mad at us.
We don't want that.
And wish her happy birthday, by the way. Don't forget to do that. But
absolutely.
Before you do go, do you think this is a team that can make some noise once the postseason does begin?
I think that's kind of where we're at. I think we've been prepping that since January that we got to find a way to win a playoff game. I've been with these guys for about 5 years now, and we've made the playoffs twice, and we ain't scored a point yet. So we got to find a way to get that figured out and not give up a whole bunch. And I like our group and I like our defense, so we're going to have a chance against anybody we play. We just got to find a way to execute when it matters the most.
All right. Hey, let's get a Jags win Sunday as well. How about it?
I think I lost you. There we go.
Hopefully we get a Jags win on Sunday too, and then you'll have a really good weekend.
I'm telling you, that'd be a great weekend. I'm hopeful the Dodgers are going to get game 1 tonight. That'll make me feel real good.
Well, it's scoreless right now, but go ahead. You got a lot of rooting interests here, but make sure your biggest rooting interest is your girlfriend. It's her birthday.
Yeah, buddy.
Have a good one, man.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling.
I don't know if Sully, if he can never hear you, he's probably wanted to tune you out quite a bit of times over the years.
No, man, I'm fired up for him, man. You know, like he took that job and really had a lot of things to struggle with last year and sort of get things going, and then them being able to win the district 7-2, you know, with a chance to go 8-2. I think they got a chance to maybe do something in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Fleming Island Golden Eagles up in the top right. They are cruising to what looks to be pay dirt once again. I don't think they got in there, but that was a big push of the pile to try to get in. They lead big already and trying to put an exclamation point on our game of the week before, heck, we even get down to the end of this one, because I think they might still be in the third quarter there. The Oakleaf and Mandarin game. Oakleaf is driving. They've got to finish this off. It might be 4th down and short for Oakleaf when they resume play here in a moment. And First Coast looks like they're punting the ball away back to Fletcher as they are trailing and getting shut out 21-0 in the fourth quarter. So let's take this 4th down play, obviously, for Mandarin Oakleaf. You got it. And we'll see if Oakleaf can come up with a score, because they need one.
I'll tell you what, that Drake Stubbs boy, he's downhill making tackles. He's all over the place tonight.
Well, they came up with a 4th down stop at the end of the third quarter in the end zone. They just come up with another 4th down stop on a deflected pass. This defense is doing everything they need to do right now against a pesky and good offensive football team in Oakleaf. And right now, it's all Mandarin. 12-0 is the lead. Let's take another timeout before we hit the top of the hour. David Penland from University Christian scheduled to join us around 9:15. We'll see how some of these games finish up as well. We've got committed to the uncommitted. We've got a couple of games from last night we can still show as well. All on the way here on a Friday night, week number 10 of the Friday Night Zone Blitz on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Nobody but Nimnicht. Our family has purchased 6 vehicles from Nimnicht Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Who gives you top dollar for your trade? Nobody but Nimnicht. Save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%. You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnicht Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer. You can schedule a test drive at NimnichtBuickGMC.com, and while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnicht is there for you, even on Sundays. So, who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? The answer's simple. Nobody but Nimnicht. Your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC. We are professional grade.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2. See that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt. And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it.
All right, we are back on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Here's one of our matchups from Thursday night. We're talking Beachside. We're talking Orange Park. 35-7 Barracudas at the half. They weren't done there. Eddie Jordan looks like he's going to run it. Pulls up for the pass. Hits Maddox Hunstad. What a night for the receiver. 5 touchdown receptions. By the way, Jordan threw for 6. Orange Park still battling. Good-looking play here. Pump fake works. Gabe Taylor to Dawson Smith. Beats the defense and score. Running clock late. And how about it? This is that 6th touchdown from Jordan. He will connect with Jake House. And Beachside gets it 48-20. Big win for the Barracudas. By the way, next up for Beachside, the Nice Panthers, who are up 41-0 against Tocoy Creek, another St. Johns County school. So, yeah, we'll see if the Barracudas have anything for Nice coming up next week.
Yeah, that could be a shootout. Those can score. And by the way, look up here at the top, and Mandarin just scored again over Oakleaf, and now they got a penalty. Might have went celebrating until we had the
two-point conversion.
Was that 2 point?
Yeah.
That was after the touchdown.
Yeah.
Bryson Wright, we think, went long touchdown.
Long touchdown. We're going to turn that around for you.
We think. Look here. Hamby was like, I didn't get it too great. So we'll see what he meant by that. Hey, I have this new thing on the show anyway. What did Hamby do wrong?
Okay.
So maybe it also translates into the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
We're going to make bracelets with that, with the letters?
Well, I got a lot of bracelets going on.
Okay. WDHDW.
Very good. That was good. I had to count on my hands to get that thing right. Fletcher first goes. Fletcher trying to wind this thing out, and they lead and are shutting out First Coast right now. Nifty little run there for Fletcher. Mandarin. They are going to get an extra point block. They don't like going for extra points. They like the 2-point conversion.
That's why they go for 2 a lot.
But 18-0 is the score, and that's with 4.5 to go. That game's done. What a win for Mandarin.
Yeah, that's a huge win for Mandarin. You talk about the adversity that they've kind of faced here throughout the season. Yeah, love that. We'll show you that in a second. But losing your starting quarterback and a guy committed to Florida State is really good. Come back out to us here. We want to take a look here. Sometimes the games, you got to take a little break. We're on show. Is that Shohei watch?
Is Shohei up? Yeah, Shohei is up.
Shohei up to bat.
0-0 in the World Series.
We got fans in the stands watching it on the phone, taking a look in at the World Series, which, by the way, you can watch on Fox 30, Action News Jax. And yeah, that's awesome. High school football game. You're watching a little baseball there as well.
I wonder if that's the Middleburg side, because they might have tuned this one out by now.
Yeah, that is the home sideline in our game of the week there. Thanks to Marcel for giving us that little look in there. That was really cool.
Hey, Marcel, tell that guy that he can watch on the Action News Jax app as well.
Yeah.
And he can see himself and the Bronx playing right now.
Yeah, you get a little bit of everything in there.
All right. I don't mean the Bronx, New York. I mean the Broncos, the Middleburg.
We were talking about Mandarin and Oakleaf. That is a district championship game. So winner of that one wins the district, automatically clinches their spot in the playoffs. Here's the thing: is you get a nice kickoff return. Back into the middle of the field.
I think that is right there.
Big pickup there for Oakleaf as they need a spark late.
They've been down in the territory to score. This will be the 3rd time they just haven't been able to score.
Yeah. So winner makes the playoffs. Loser, by the way, probably also makes the playoffs, I would say.
Sully, again, we keep talking about Mandarin Oakleaf.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to believe this is a coach, Toby Bullock, all the expectations on this team and how deflating it was to lose Tramel Jones the way they did in that Atlantic Coast game. And then they lose Jamie French, and they're kind of like, oh, man, you got to rally the troops. But to be 7-2 and win a district championship, I know it's like a foregone conclusion at the beginning of the year. But the way this season unfolded for them, I got to feel like this is pretty meaningful to Toby Bullock, don't you think?
Well, I mean, I think it just explains to you that they understand what they've got to do to win. And they know they got a young kid at quarterback, and they probably kept it open early in the year with him and figure out what he could and couldn't do. And then they've really gone to defense, ball control, getting the ball out fast. And everybody's doubling Jamie French, and Bryson Wright is just having game after game now. And, you can't double Jamie and leave him one-on-one with your third-best DB. So I think, Coach, they've done a good job. I think the defensive staff, Coach Kaysen and Coach Monemeyer, have done a really good job.
Here's the thing, by the way, about Mandarin, too. You think about their recent runs to state championship games last year, state runner-up, the Carson Beck year a few years back under Coach Ramsey. Those were both years that, they didn't go undefeated. They weren't invincible over the course of the year. They played their best ball into November and then obviously December. So if you're Mandarin, you want to copy that blueprint. Don't worry about this. Okay, we have this super all-star team. We want to run through the schedule. No, worry about being at your best when the games really matter, when it starts to get a little colder outside at this time of year.
Yeah, Nick, if you can, come back out to us. We'll just recap some of these games. I want to mention this young man right here, DeAndre Smith, number 1 for Fletcher. He's been all over the place for the Fletcher Senators as they're about to put a bow on this win and get their first district win of the year. Both these teams came in 0-2, and so we'll see, obviously, a big win for Fletcher coming up, and let's see if they can actually get in the end zone. Just
get that thing out of here.
Hey. Is that not a penalty?
No, there was a receiver nearby. Five was in the vicinity. 5 was over there.
That's not a penalty. This little guy right here is in the vicinity.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Man, the officials don't know what that potential grounding is. I can tell you that.
That's funny. By the way, I think we're up on social media as well, I've been told. So you can watch us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all the rest as well. We're up and running. Appreciate our man Steve Sesnick for helping us out with that as we are here until midnight. Of course, we've got 10:30 Friday Night Blitz. We'll have the entire show on the network and on social media because of the World Series. We actually will be on with the Friday Night Blitz if you're up at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, right after the Friday night college football.
Coach, I know you'll be watching that late, 2:30.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I could do that show in my pajamas, and nobody would even complain probably at 2:30 in the morning.
I would complain.
We should do that. We should have pajama night some night on the show.
Yeah, 2:30 edition.
2:30 edition. Sawani's pulled away from Atlantic Coast. It was 21-14.
Yep.
Now they've scored a couple of times, and Fleming Island is on top. You have made an audible, and Buchholz and Bartram Trail, we might get a camera too.
Yeah, so the plan is, you see that spot up there, that spot, that's where Nice and Tokoi Creek was when our videographer DR got there. It was 34-0. Already for Nice, top-ranked team in the entire state, every classification. And so we got a touchdown, we got an interception, and said, you know what, go back to Bartram Trail. By the way, we're just trying to simulate what it's like for him as Oakleaf gets into the end zone there. That is a touchdown for the Knights. We're trying to simulate for DR what a normal news shift is. When you're on the news beat, these news videographers, they get sent someplace, then it's like, no, go over here. Yeah. No, go back to where you just were. So, we're just trying to make it feel normal for him.
Well, he got the week off last week, so that's all right. He's got to do it.
There you go.
Malachi Wharton, by the way, you just saw for Oakleaf, was able to score a touchdown there. It's going to be too little too late. There's not enough time in this football game, but good for Oakleaf. They do cash in. It's 18-6. They're going for a 2-point conversion now, and really all our games are not close.
Yeah.
Which is unusual. We haven't had a lot of that.
When we get that Bartram Trail game back, maybe maybe we'll be in good shape there, assuming that one stays close. We're hoping it does.
Look at Sebastian Broughton running away from everybody.
All that to get a first down. Unreal.
That was still a heck of a run. If he had broken free, that was our play of the week already up there in that Middleburg game. If we get a chance to take the MAM, Nick, and we show some of the scores, we'll see if some of these scores have updated or not. It's always hit or miss.
Yep.
It kind of feels like a lot of them look similar. Some of them have changed. That Riverside Ed White one has not changed. Creekside has won, by the way, 35-7.
Oh, it just did change, by the way.
Update. There we go. Nice job. A little refresh. Ed White now takes the lead over Riverside, so that's a good one. And Mandarin, we just obviously saw Oakleaf score to make it 18 now to 7, so they did kick the extra point. Nice is up 48-7. We left that game to try to get to Bartram Trail Buchholz, and the Bartram Trail Buchholz game was 17-all. That hasn't been updated in a while, though. Creekside wins a district championship. Sean McIntyre may call us here in just a little bit. Fleming Island up 35-6. We're showing you that one in our game of the week, which really hasn't turned out to be that way unless you're a Golden Eagle fan, because they're playing really good football.
That Ed White touchdown and extra point came with 13 seconds to go in the game
to
take a 1-point lead. So Ed White goes ahead of Riverside by 1 point with 13 seconds to go. How about a high-pressure extra point situation? We talked about Mandarin Oakleaf as a district championship game. That game, too, is a matchup where the winner wins the district title. So looks like District 4-4A will be going to Ed White. And by the way, if you look at those region rankings, Riverside was the one that had a little more leeway with a loss. Ed White came in as the 8th seed in the region, so that win locks them in. And Riverside up at that 4 seed, likely already in good shape to still make the postseason as an at-large. Now, we still have this week, next week, and that little bonus week to kind of figure it out and see where we go. I
like what you're doing here. It sounds like election night, which is really good.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
that's
Sully,
coming up, isn't it?
Sully,
Yes.
we'll keep these scores up, but I mean, what a great win for Coach Johnson and Ed White.
Yeah, and again, that game was going to be a good close game. It's always a rival, number one. Now they're in the district together. And Ed White, if they can close out the last 13 seconds, get the district championship, I got to believe it's been a few years since they've been able to win one of those. I might want to say 7 or 8 years since they've won a district championship.
A couple other scores. Palaca's up big. Columbia 35-7. And Camden has made it a 10-point game at the half, while Colquitt County scored 31.5. So that will be a long second half. It sounds like they might play until midnight. Trinity Christian winning big at half, 35-0. I don't think that's too much of a surprise there against Kipbold City, one of the new schools in the area. And it's senior night for those guys. So I think that catches us up a little bit. Episcopal down 20-0 at the half. Union County looking good at halftime as well. And Ware County over Warner Robins 21-7. That gets your attention. We were watching that one a little bit earlier on. Be a nice win for the Gators up there in Ware County, Coach, if they can beat Warner Robins.
Yeah, that'd be a really big win for them. They've had a lot of graduation last year, but they're always competitive. Coach does a really good job up there, and that'd be a big one if they can finish that one out.
Well, hey, look, we did get the Bartram Trail Buchholz game. Nice job, DR.
Yeah,
nice
DR.
job. Way to get there. And the score apparently is 24-17 in favor of Bartram.
Bartram Trail, yeah.
So Bartram up by 7. And we got a lot of football still to be played in that game, I think, right? Third quarter?
Third quarter of that one. It was 17-17, I believe, at the half. And Bartram Trail has taken that 24-17 lead. And I heard that Bartram Trail, if they lose and Nice wins, that clinches the district for Nice. As you see Buchholz breaking free and getting a big pickup there.
Strip that ball.
So certainly a lot to watch there, but Nice could clinch the district title if they get the win, which they're going to get the win, and Bartram Trail loses. So keep an eye on that. Still a whole lot of shifting stuff in that very good, very tight district. You talk about how good that district is, by the way. Bartram Trail, Nice, Tocoy Creek, Buchholz.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's pretty
Seems
good.
like Buchholz and Bartram Trail are always in a tough district. Oakleaf was in that one before, right? Hey, guys, Nick, let's make sure we can get Liv out of here so she can go get post-game. That Fletcher game is about over, so we're going to take that one off the screen, Fletcher and First Coast. So she's out and going to get some post-game reaction for the Friday Night Blitz and also here. Also, let's keep an eye on the phone lines. Coach David Penland scheduled to call in around 9:15. Sean McIntyre might give us a call as well in just a little bit. The Sewanee Bulldogs just scored another touchdown and go up 41-14 over Atlantic Coast. So that game's going to be done. Up here on the top right, that's Fleming Island. They're our game of the week, and they are winning big. The Golden Eagles are really impressive the last few games, ever since a loss to Creekside in comeback fashion. Mandarin.
That win clinches their district title as well tonight.
District championship. Mandarin's going to win a district championship. Obviously, Bartram Trail here trying to stay in the race for the postseason, right? And get to 500, which is a weird thing to say about Bartram this time of year.
That's the thing. So Bartram Trail coming into the night at 3 3-4. You talk about a record that makes you go, oh, 3-4. Well, they can't make the postseason. They came in as the 9 seed in that region. That tells you how good the competition has been for the Bears this season. So as that 9, you got some work to do, right? You got to work your way at least into the top 8. And I say at least because you never know when a district champion in one of those 3 other districts might come from outside that area. As you see
we go in the fourth quarter here?
I'm assuming that's what we're doing here with a little water celebration there from the Bears.
Yeah.
I
like that.
Yeah.
Is that, Coach, we got fourth quarter water celebrations instead of holding up 4? Is that what we do now?
Why not?
Yeah, I guess. What is the score of this game?
That's a 24-17 lead for Bartram Trail as they head to the fourth quarter, Sully.
Okay.
Hey, let's do this. Let's keep showing the water celebration as Fleming Island just scored again to make it 41-6. Mandarin's about to run out the clock here and win the district championship against Oakleaf. So maybe we come back, see some of those celebrations as they roll it out. But also we'll show you Bartram Trail Buhols and head to a break and hopefully have David Penland from UC, who is celebrating a win from last night, still today, calling in on the Friday Night Zone Blitz here in just a few minutes. We'll be right back on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports. From Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
The best stories sometimes come after the game. Join us for in-depth conversations with local coaches Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 p.m., including our latest guest on the program.
We've had kids come up to us and say, we practice like this every day. Like that first spring, he's like, Coach, we got more done today than we would get done in a week last year. And it's always been that way. And through thick and thin, through hard and easy, through good and bad.
Catch up on the chats you missed by watching the After the Game playlist on our Action Sports Jax YouTube page.
Nobody but Nimnicht. Our family has purchased 6 vehicles from Nimnicht Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Who gives you top dollar for your trade? Nobody but Nimnicht. Save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnicht Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave. So I like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnicht is there for you, even on Sundays. So who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? The answer's simple. Nobody but Nimnicht. Your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC. We are professional grade.
Here we come back and we show you Mandarin and Mandarin and Oakleaf. And look at this pass by the young freshman, and he finds Bryson Wright, also a freshman, who shakes the tackle, and that extended the lead to 18-0 at the time. It's Bryson Wright's second touchdown of the game, and what a nice throw by Knox Ennis as he's able to set his feet, launch, and he finds the freshman who eludes the tackle, and he's off to about an 80-yard touchdown. That would put the stamp on the game. Oakleaf would score a touchdown, 18-7. It looks like the final in that one. We're getting some celebration and post-game reaction as we speak. So nice play there, freshman to freshman. With all the talent they have at Mandarin, that's freshman to freshman. So still more to come for years to come. Right here, we just saw an extra point because while we were checking out that Mandarin play, Buchholz scored to tie the game up against Bartram Trail, 24-24, 10:24 to go. There you see the situation. Bartram Trail comes in 3-4. They got to beat a good Buchholz team. Buchholz always very good. We see some fantastic battles over the years between these two, and we got this one on the big screen now, because we're going to keep this game up. Everything else is basically gone to running clock and game over, including our game of the week. Fleming Island beats Middleburg big. Mandarin beats Oakleaf. Atlantic Coast, we were showing you, they lose. We had Nice earlier, and Nice was on a roll, 41-0 at halftime. So they continue to roll over Tokoi Creek. So we moved from Nice to Bartram Trail. Big shout out to DR for making the trek back there to give us the finish of this one. And we will have the finish of Bartram Trail Buchholz. That's the story here on the Friday night Zone Blitz. And Brent Martineau, along with our coach Kevin Sullivan. And Sully, before we get David Penland on, this one should be a dandy, the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I'll be in delay time, so.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to keep me abreast of everything. But, yeah, I think it'll be a good finish. Both those teams have played some tremendous games through the years that we've had, so should be really, really good finish.
Coach, you might be, well, I interview Coach Penland because I'm not sure you'll be able to talk to each other or not. So I'm going to get Coach Penland on in a minute. You might be able to text Casey, and Casey you might be able to get into that ninja that you usually do so you can see it in real time. The other way to look at it is YouTube might be a little bit faster than the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. So give it a try, if you will. And we'll talk to Coach David Penland right now. University Christian head coach gets a Friday off because he got a big win last night over Providence. And you guys were up late last night, Coach.
Yeah, real late. It was worth it, though.
Yeah, it's worth it when you get the dub. Almost 100 points in that one. Just good offensive output. And I think you've been waiting on that offense a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been getting better every week, and we've had 2 50-plus games, and so it was just the way they were playing us. We needed to grind it out.
I was just talking to Sully a little bit earlier, and it's funny how, I've been here 16 years, and it's always like Trinity Christian, University Christian, it's the same. We talk about a lot of different schools, but we're always talking about University Christian, Trinity Christian. I don't remember a year where I've said you guys' names less, and I don't know if that's on us or it's just a little bit of a different year. Have you guys taken a bit to find yourself? What kind of team do you have right now, and are you peaking at the right time?
Yeah, it's we lost our starting quarterback. We're extremely young. I think I got 28 sophomores and 5 seniors that play. So probably one of the youngest teams I've coached in a long time. And it just took a while to get us going and find out what we were good at, what we can do, and coach as hard as we can, and they're finally starting to climb that ladder. And the last couple of weeks, our offense has looked really good. Our defense is still young, still learning. A lot of kids going both ways, so we knew we had to get to Providence to win, to get in the playoffs, and we just, keep grinding and grinding every week, and it's finally, last night we finally finished.
Putting up 52 points. Hey, Coach, it's Stuart Weber here. Tell me about Josh Bruton. Guy goes out there and gets you 6 touchdowns yesterday. What a performance by him against Providence.
Yeah, we actually told him before we played, I think yesterday morning or on Wednesday afternoon after practice, I said, Bruton, you're due for a game, son. He's been grinding all year long, and it's been tough. We've played some extremely tough competition. Some of the best in the state, and he was due, and we challenged him, and our O-line did a great job blocking. Coach Hammond did a great job calling the plays, and we just leaned on him, and he did a phenomenal job last night. He he was running as hard as he could, and they were tough yards. You know, they weren't really breakaways. So he did a great job for us last night.
Yeah, you're seeing some of that action right now as Coach David Penland joins us talking about that win. Before we let you go, now you feel like you're in a good spot as you get closer and closer to the postseason, a familiar spot for you guys.
Yeah, I feel like you know, a lot of stress is taken off my shoulders, but there's still a lot of work to do. I still gotta feel like we can. You know, you always want to start peaking at the right time, and I feel like last night was a step in that direction. And our kids, you know, they played it. Like I said, they played a tough season, and it's just been a grind all year long. And that last night just gave the morale to our guys. You know, we finished the game, we won the district championship. We just got to keep moving in the right direction and keep our foot on the pedal and get us 2 more wins to end the season and head into the playoffs, earn some spots back in the rankings.
Yeah, by the way, one last thing here. T-ball practice go okay? I mean, that might have been harder than the Thursday night.
I actually got smoked. I pitched to this kid, and one of them hit it right back at me and drilled me. I was like, golly, can't get a night off.
That's awesome. Hey, nothing more fun than that. Enjoy that. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for jumping in for a few minutes on a Friday night.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right, that's David Penland, University Christian, big win. Nice special teams play by Bartram right there.
How about that? So this game, fourth quarter, Bartram Trail, Buchholz tied at 24 apiece. Bartram Trail drive just stalled there about midfield. Coach Corey John says, all right, we're going to punt it. We're going to put it in the hands of our special teamers. And it gets to the 2.
How about that?
To the 2-yard line. Great job there by the Bears as they're able to pin the Bobcats deep in their own territory. And we'll see how it goes. We got cartwheeling in the background.
Nobody's paying attention to the game over there. It's just a nice night out.
It's a beautiful day in St. Johns County. You know.
Hey, Sully, you know, I said it to Coach. I said it to you earlier. I mean, UC has gone under the radar, but I mean, here they are, you know, in this familiar spot. That's just a school that kind of knows how to win when you get to this time of year. So I'd expect them to be able to compete at this time over the next few weeks.
Yeah, and like Coach Penland said, I mean, their schedule's been one of the toughest in the area, you know what I mean? So their kids are battle-tested, ready, and I think that really played big dividends for them last night against Providence.
Yeah, and they always play in the toughest schedules. They have a hard time, as Coach said earlier, hard time scheduling people. Nobody wants to play them.
By the way, might see that one again coming up here in the postseason.
Yeah.
With UC came into that one 7th in the region, Providence number 1 in the region. So Providence has basically already sewn up a at-large spot. Mm-hmm. And the way those numbers kind of slide, you know, maybe Providence falls to 3, UC goes to 6. Well, you don't need a bracket major to tell you, you know, 3 and 6 are going to face off against each other. So something to watch there.
Coach, and I'm not ready. I'm not there yet in Stewart's math, but we have they don't care about that, right? There's no protection. They don't even try to worry about it. The numbers fall where they fall. So we were talking earlier, Mandarin and Oakleaf could very much see each other again, and that's just the way it goes. There's no kind of like bracket protection, if you will.
Yeah, you're gonna, if you know, if someone from your district happens to be that other number, you're still gonna play them. That doesn't matter. The one thing I will say, the way this works out is you could have an 8 seed host a 1 seed if the 8 seed is a district champ and the 1 seed is not. Now, if they're both district champs, it goes to the higher seed. Or if they're both not district champs, it goes to the higher seed. But if you have a district champ and a non-district champ in that matchup, then it goes to the district champ as you see a flag called there against the defense.
I hate that kind of flag right there because it's just like, hey, they're just throwing up a prayer. He did hold, it was probably a penalty. He's just throwing up a prayer and it worked out. Looks like it's going to be pass interference on Bartram Trail, and it will keep a drive alive for Buchholz. That was a third down play. They would have had great field position. That's a huge play in the game. Sully, I know you love the district championship protection. You guys are big fans of that no matter the seeding, right?
Right. Yeah, without a doubt. And again, they I don't know if they shouldn't be the top 4 seeds, all the district champs, you know, and host that way and then make everybody else go 5, 6, 7, because if your second, 5th best team is 9-1 and they got upset in the district championship, they're going to win the first game on the road. So I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I like the way they've got it.
I think you got to keep it.
I like the way they've got it. It says few people about the FHSAA, but I actually like the way they've got that. Because I get the logic there. Like, you don't want to just shove somebody to be a 5th seed when they might be the best team in the region. And, I mean, putting them on the road is pay off enough for a district title.
Tackle.
Oh, boy. And they ain't catching them.
Nope.
Oh, that's a disaster for Bartram Trail.
That's a backbreaker. Goodness.
I mean, that's 97 yards off your own goal line.
Yeah.
3rd down, they had him off the field except for the penalty, and then on the next play. But, hey, here's the deal. 6:57 to go. Still plenty of time for a high-powered offense of Bartram Trail to be able to get it back. Arthur Smith IV and others. But this has been a problem, Coach, and you said this, I think, today on the show, or maybe it was earlier on this show, that we're a little surprised Bartram hasn't figured it out on the defensive side this year, right?
Yeah, that's just a safety in the hole, and this tackle, that should have been about a 5-yard gain right there. And, again, this has come on. We've watched them a few times. They've given up a lot of points, and they just don't seem to play very sound defensively.
Sully, I'm very impressed. When I gave you instructions to go try to figure out if you could see things quicker, you did. You were able to figure it out.
Yeah, I think you're right. I went to YouTube, and I was right on time with you guys. So I'm good. I can watch it all now.
How about that? Nice work. We got options here on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. That's the thing. We're on so many dang platforms. We got something for everybody. Even if you need to see it in real time or if you want to see it on a delay, sometimes it's better that way. Brent Martineau, Kevin Sullivan, Stuart Weber, the entire Action Sports Jax team. This is really the game that we have left. We had 6 games. Really now a 7th game.
Yep.
And this is the only one that we're really keeping an eye on.
I'm keeping an eye on Ware County. I got Ware County in.
Yeah, you do. NFHS network.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go there in the third.
Which actually is a pretty
quarter.
good camera for NFHS standard.
Well, this is Ware County's broadcast crew.
That's their crew.
They have a multi-camera crew there.
That's a pretty good crew.
Keep an eye on the Gators. They take on Warner Robins.
And that's a 21-7 game still? Yeah, 21-7. We'll get the scores updated here in just a little bit as well. We've got the Blitz coming up at 10:30. Again, not on Fox 30 because of Game 1 of the World Series, unless you want to stay up till 2:30 in the morning and watch a half-hour edition of the Blitz. We'll have Committed to the Uncommitted coming up as well, trying to get some coaches in as well. Sean McIntyre and Creekside win the district championship. Mandarin and Toby Bullock win a district championship. Fleming Island and Coach Cipoletti win a district championship, which we're still very impressed with the job that they've done out there at Fleming Island. It's been a terrific turnaround of a season considering what they started with.
All right, let's take pause here for the kickoff return. Nice pickup there. So Lawrence Johnson, Ed White.
All right.
We're keeping an eye on that one. I know they scored and took the lead with 13 seconds to go. That game has gone final, 21-20. Ed White gets the win and the district title over Riverside. A few other games that we have kept an eye on. St. Augustine, if they win against Ridgeview, they'll win their district title. Bowles, if they win over Wolfson, they will win the district title. I know that was 21-0 after 1 quarter, so expect the Bulldogs to win that district title. And I do want to find a score for Rains and Yulee. That's another one of those district title games.
Rains was up big.
All
it was
right,
34-0 at one time.
One would expect they will win that district title. And Trinity Christian, I know you mentioned they were beating Kipbold City a little earlier as well. We got some contact there, but no call.
Throw the flag.
The referees. We flew the flag a few minutes ago. We like yelling, throw the flag, don't we?
Man.
You can tell we got the camera on the home sideline, by the way. You just hear it in the background. The boo! What are you doing? What's happening?
You know what's pretty noticeable to me, and this is one thing that's happened, and we've kind of commented this before, and maybe I'm just getting too close of a look. It feels like Bartram used to have 250 people on the sideline, but the new schools have opened, and I'm not saying they don't have numbers, but I don't think that it's probably impossible for them to have the amount of numbers that they did have, because a lot of the Bartram kids are now zoned for beachside. What a play.
Catch. What a catch.
A great adjustment.
Cross midfield for Bartram Trail.
We got to get that Bartram Trail roster.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now in the old interwebs. Hang on.
We'll find out who 12 was. That Caldwell for them? I feel like Caldwell would be a name. It's been a little bit since we had that one game up there in Georgia, and he was.
Yeah, that is DeAndre Caldwell. That's right.
Hey, nice pull right there.
Well done there, Martin.
DeAndre Caldwell with a nice catch. Second time I've seen him over the middle make a nice play.
Colson Baum in there as quarterback, number 9.
I guess so. We don't know if we know what's happened with Weatherly.
Not sure. going off of our
I've been in
I
London,
haven't
Coach.
heard anything about him.
Yeah, Weatherly didn't get banged up
week.
last week or anything, did he?
I don't know. I hadn't heard anything like that. So, but I mean, he may have.
Yeah, we'll have to take maybe we'll hear about that. But
by the way, they don't do us any favors by putting honor on their nameplate on the back of the it's like half the players have their names, half of them have honor. I know that's a military thing that they do over there at Bartram Trail to kind of honor the military. But
they have some cool days they've kept from the
Sutherland
days.
There's a whole lot of players in the honor family out there today.
Which is a good family to be in.
Oh, there's a hold against Bartram Trail.
Oh, after that negates a good run. Let's do this. Let's sneak in another timeout here on the show, and we got the last 5-6 minutes of this. Buchholz is up 31-24 right now over Bartram Trail. Bartram Trail really trying to get a W here. They need one, and they've got time left. They've got the football, but they need to cash in here. We'll take a timeout. We'll show you this one picture in picture. We'll come back with more of the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work a late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry. We still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good.
Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching.
Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports. From Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
Hi, this is the fun of this show. You get to watch Stuart Weber work, and you get to watch a lot going on right here. You got scores, and one of those scores is Creekside winning the district championship. We're going to get to Coach McIntyre in just a moment. We also have Bartram Trail on the doorstep now, down 31-24. We're showing you this one live. It looks like they've got a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. I'd say about a half a dozen minutes to go in the 4th quarter, trailing Buchholz 31-24. So let's take a look at this play, and then we'll get to Coach McIntyre. We appreciate him hanging on for a moment. And it looks like going to be a touchdown. Is that Arthur Smith, the 4th? I think it is. And it's a touchdown by Bartram Trail, so they're an extra point away from tying this one up, and we're going to have a fantastic finish down in St. Johns County. No surprise there. That's a heck of a football game, and the Bears really need to get a W. Brent Martineau, Stuart Weber, entire Action Sports Jax team, and Kevin Sullivan, our Hall of Fame coach. I'm not sure Kevin's going to be able to talk to Coach McIntyre. We haven't been able to figure that out tonight. We could try it, Brad, if you want to try it back there. But let's get Coach Mack on. Appreciate you hanging, Coach, and congratulations. First district championship for Creekside, I believe.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Well,
Super proud of our whole program, every kid, every coach, and not just the ones that are here right now. Obviously proud of those guys, but the ones who are in the stands and on the sideline just with us all the time and built this thing up.
Well, it's a cool thing to say, and it's been a cool thing to watch what you've been able to do, but you're right about that. I mean, even when the early going and you're just trying to build it up, those stands are packed down there in St. Johns County. Didn't matter the record. And now to get some of the excitement that you guys have had going to the postseason and postseason win and now a district championship, seems like you're checking boxes down there with the Creekside program.
Yeah, we're trying to develop great young men, and started the season 0-3. And because these are great young men and they come back to work and deal with adversity, deal with setbacks, deal with all those things that they're going to have to deal with in life as they move forward. And they did. They came back each week and wanted more and wanted to get better, and they're committed. They care. Those are things that we try to build in them. And they do. They are that. And I'm proud of that for them because it just, you never know how a season's going to go. And you never know how life's going to go. And these kids know how to respond. They know how to deal with setbacks, deal with adversity, and just super proud of them in the way that they respond every single week, every single night.
Well, you mentioned the 0-3 start. There was plenty of adversity there. But on top of that, by the end of the game last week against Rains, where you guys really battled, the score looked worse than it was. I mean, shoot, it looked like you were without half your starting team. Did you get healthy this week? Who did you play with tonight? And what does that look like going forward?
Yeah, no, it was both games last week, honestly. We were beating Atlantic Coast by 28 with 5 minutes to go in the game and won by 6. And then we were down to the Rains by 8 with about 8 minutes to go and lost by 29. So we really emphasized focusing this week. And we got a couple kids back. We got one receiver back, Arrows, tall for a senior, and he had a couple catches tonight. And then we got our running back, Harrison Greedo. He had a great night, scored a few times. And then on defense, we got a linebacker back in Luke Milner. So, we got a few of our guys back, but proud of the other guys who stepped up and played the way they played last week, and just super proud of them.
Who played quarterback for you tonight?
Ashenfelder. Yeah, he started, and then Jackson Visconti, who's a junior, and we're really excited about him. He came in tonight, and we subbed him pretty early, and he came in, threw a couple touchdown passes, and had a good little game, and he's a good player.
Good. So do you like where you're at overall? Obviously, you want to continue to get healthy. I get that. That's a tough thing, and you can't control some of that. But do you like where this team is offensive, defensively, and special teams? I remember early in the year you were struggling on special teams. Do you like the way some of your units are playing right now?
Yeah, we've definitely taken a huge step forward in all capacities and all facets of the game, and that's because of the kids' willingness to work and get better and be coached. And so we do feel good about where we're at. We do feel good about all the things that we've done special teams-wise specifically. And then offensively and defensively, we're still growing and grinding. Don't know, we know we're in the playoffs, but don't know what it looks like. So I'm hoping the numbers come out in our favor. Obviously have a tough Ponte Vedra team next week and hoping to play well and continue to just climb as we go to the end of the season.
Yeah, just one last thing, and then we'll let you run. I appreciate you hanging with us on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. That Ponte Vedra game, you had 2 editions, I think it was, last year, and they've been good over the years. What's the approach to that one, knowing that you're in the postseason? Obviously, you want to win every game. How do you look at that game next week?
Yeah, no, it's a full go. We are trying to climb and grow and build. And Ponte Vedra is a team that's really good. That's why we played them week 11 ever since I've been here, and excited to play them. It's always a great game. Coach Price does a great job, and that we were treated like a playoff atmosphere game. and get ready to play.
Hey, Coach Mack, congratulations to you and the Creekside program. And, hey, if you want to watch a good finish of a ball game, just flip on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. We got Buchholz and Bartram Trail tied at 31 with a couple minutes to go. We're showing every play.
Yes, sir. You guys do a great job with that. We appreciate all you do, Brent. Thank you.
You bet. Have a great night, man. That is Sean McIntyre, and we got fourth down coming up, Sully. And I didn't know if you could talk back and forth to Mac, so I stole the interview from you. But really, listen, I obviously got a front seat down there to what Mac's doing. You know him very well. We had him on our After the Game show, which you can see with Josh Baker and Baker Sports and High School 912 and Coach Sully. Go check that out, by the way. If you haven't, we had Mac talk about his pedigree. What a fantastic job he's done with the Creekside program.
Past episodes, by the way, available on our Action Sports Jax YouTube page.
Playlist.
Yes,
full 13 episodes.
Yeah.
But Sully, just kind of fun to watch a guy build a program.
Yeah, no, really good. I mean, and Sean's been around. He's coached a long time with a lot of good people, and he just does a really good job with his kids. He cares about the kids. He cares about what's going on with the kids, and really like what they've done.
Yeah, and by the way, worth noting, I think it was I think they had lost 21 games or something before he got there in a row. I mean, they had winless seasons. So,
yes.
Just really a great job, and it looks like they're in good hands for years to come. By the way, we got this one now with 2:03 to go, and
the one score bothers you, right?
A little bit because I think Stanton just hit a homer for the Yankees. Sorry,
it's the wrong Stanton. We're worried about the Blue Devils, not that Stanton. Don't worry about it.
I swear soon. 2:03 to go here. Bartram just got the ball back, Coach, and they got a defensive stop, and now you got every play in the playbook probably available because I'm assuming they've got a couple of timeouts too.
Yeah, I think you got to cover Caldwell and make sure you got him doubled, and then stop the run.
Well, and the other thing, Coach, is we know Weatherly's not in the game, so how much are they going to put in this young man's hands?
Yeah, that's a good call. So again, but he did throw that good ball to Caldwell on the last drive, so you got to be aware of him because he's their best offensive player that's not a running back.
We mentioned a little earlier here tonight, this game would keep both of these teams, it would keep Bartram Trail, in the picture for a possible district championship. Now, I don't know what it would take for that to happen because Nice obviously is 2-0 now in the district. They picked up another win over at Tocoy Creek. But a Bartram loss and today's Nice win would give Nice the district title. So we'll see. This pass just out of the fingertips of Caldwell. Oh, what a big play that would have been on 3rd and about 4 or 5. Here's the question, Coach. You're in your own end. You're at about your own 30. You got a 4th and 4. And it looks like Coach Johns is going to answer this one and punt it away.
You can't do it.
You can't go for it there.
No, he's got to punt that because if not, they probably got a decent kicker, and you're just 10 yards of really making a chip shot. So, yeah, you got to punt it.
Wow,
and that's the thing with throwing the ball in that situation right there. They threw 2 passes, didn't get either one. Clock stopped, so they probably only ran off about 25 seconds.
Wow, they almost, that was a tough catch on that punt. Almost took a bad bounce. If they hit Caldwell on that play, he's gone for a long one. I don't know if he's gone, but that's going to be a big play. They were inches away from a huge play on 3rd down.
Our studio is a solid 25, 30 minutes away from Bartram Trail High School. I'm pretty sure I heard the Buchholz coaches yelling Peter on that play. And he touched it anyways. He picked it up, and
I wouldn't even put anybody back there if I was the coach.
No, just let that thing roll. You obviously aren't worried about starting at your own 2-yard line.
Yeah.
They ran off a 4-play, 98-yard drive a little earlier, no flag, and Coach Johns is livid.
It's the second time since we've been watching this game that I've seen these guys wave off a flag. Which, I don't know how many they waved off in the first half, but they're definitely waving them off here in the second half. Well, Coach, Sully, 1:19 to go. You're right. They only burned about 45 seconds off the clock in total. Now you just need another defensive stand and go to overtime is my guess.
Yeah, the Buchholz will probably just try to run it in here right now. Maybe try to get to the 50-yard line and then take a couple shots if they can't go. But, they run the ball pretty effectively tonight in this game. So I don't see them putting it up in the air. I think they'd be content to play, go to overtime.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. They got a chance here. Now we get on the bottom right side of the screen. You're seeing Coach Johns and the officials. He did not like the waving off of the penalty. So obviously, initially the penalty was on Buchholz. I don't know what they called or what they thought they called or almost called. But now Bartram will go to work on the defensive side. Again, we've got 1:19 to go, and this is a tie football game, 31-31. So big stakes here for Bartram Trail in the last 79 seconds and probably some overtime if they're fortunate.
Yeah, we mentioned they come into this thing 3-4 on the season and 9th in the region ranking. So wins are needed here down the stretch for Bartram Trail. That's just to make the postseason. You talk about them wanting to keep their season going. This is a game they have to have. I think it's a really good Buchholz team.
I think this is always interesting, Sully, because they just throw an incomplete pass. They burn 4 seconds off the clock probably. And you want to be aggressive. You got to go win the game. But if you go incomplete 3 times,
you're giving Bartram a chance.
Bartram might get a chance to win in regulation. I bet they run here.
That was my point. I thought they'd run, maybe throw draw on first down or quick screen or something, high percentage, but maybe Bartram just lays back and plays. But, they've had 2 big, long runs on that tonight.
Yeah, they have. Hey, dude, get out of bounds.
It looks like it would be the first down, though, wouldn't that?
Yeah,
stop?
they did.
It should stop. Or they called a timeout also. Okay, well, there's 9 things that should have stopped the clock, but we finally got one that does, despite an arm workout for the referee trying to keep that clock rolling.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Okay, now they're going to say short, but they are going to. Buchholz is going to call the measurement. That's another thing that would stop the clock. All right,
this one's right on the door. He should have just got out of bounds, though.
And I'll tell you what, boy, he was a little bit, that ball almost was picked off. If you're going to work the sideline or the stop route, you got to put the ball where only your guys can get it.
Well, the big news there for Buchholz is they're going to go for it if they don't even get it on 3rd down. So they have a chance. It's not like they're going to give the ball back to Bartram, barring a turnover.
Yeah.
So that was a big completion because incomplete would have set up an interesting scenario, to say the least. So Buchholz still is in, I think, aggressive mode here at the 37. You just try to at least get a 40-something yard field goal if you could.
Yeah, but you also don't want to turn it over here either. But they've run the ball so effectively, and they've showed that they're going to throw. So, Bartram may drop back and say, hey, let's just rush our 3 guys and play coverage since they wanted to throw. And they may be able to sneak a good run in there and pop one out here.
Yeah, bust a little drop by. And they might have kept their timeout. I don't know. They got the first down. There's a whole bunch of stoppages of play there. And I think they did burn the timeout because they're not hustling to the line of scrimmage. So it is a first down. Not that anybody would really know the way they measure it in high school football. You have no clue if they were right or wrong anyway.
I will say we do have the nice fancy digital
we
markers
like that.
here.
The digital upgrade has been good over the last few years.
I just know one day someone's just going to find a way to hack it and put a 5 in there. Just make it fit down. Someone's going to mess it up.
It happened in an NFL game, right? They gave him 5 downs. They thought it was 4th down again. I can't remember that game years ago. All right, so here we go. About a minute to go. First down for Buchholz, and good defense by Bartram. I'd probably give up 8 yards.
Yeah, to the 45. And the clock is ticking. You said it. The play started with exactly 1 minute on the clock. So we're probably down to about 40, 38 seconds, something like that. Buchholz, little out pass.
Get out of bounds.
Did he get out of bounds? Well, it would have been a first down anyways.
But they're just approaching midfield, and
yeah, probably need another 30 yards just to.
Look at DR. DR's good, man. He gets the situation. He's going to give it to us, 34.8. Nice job, DR. Ball approaching midfield with 34.8. The one thing I didn't look right there is how many timeouts are left for Buchholz. And who knows? You have no idea the kicker, so we have no idea what kind of range you're trying to get into. But there's 15 guys in motion right now.
I think that's the quarterback on the near side, by the way, number 12.
They got to run the
Oh, is that a pink flag? We got a pink flag thrown in.
Pink flags out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Does that count for double?
Like that had to be a legal formation, right?
Yeah, it looked wonky.
I thought they were running like a Canadian Football League play.
Gainesville Football League.
He must have, center or something must have flinched on the ball.
You think so?
Somebody must have moved inside where the flag was. Because the flag's right there where the ball was. So he either picked it up or somebody flinched. So Bartram should run the 12th guy on the field.
You're watching and just joining us, under a minute to go, 30-something seconds left. Bartram, Buchholz tied up, all tied up down in St. Johns County. This is the Bobcats of Buchholz passing, and that's another completion up to midfield, but that's going to run the clock. And precious time continues to tick away, and there's another timeout. So Buchholz elects to take another timeout, and we've been looking at some of these scores from around the area this evening. Really the closest game of the night, Ed White with a 21-20 victory over Riverside. They score with 13 seconds to go to win their district championship. Another game we had an eye on and a camera ad. We'll hear from a victorious head coach here in just a little bit. Mandarin beating Oakleaf 18-7. That one also a district title game. So the Mustangs win their district over a fellow 6-2 team. So Mandarin improved to 7-2 with an 18-7 win. We'll hear from Toby Bullock a little later, of course, on the Friday Night Blitz at 10:30, which you'll be watching here on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, but we're not stopping. We'll take you all the way through there. And keep an eye on some of these other scores. Ware County, that one's tightened up. Warner Robins got back into the end zone, 21-13 in that game. We'll stay here. We'll stick with it. We got Buchholz trotting back out. Those are some big boys there on that offensive line, by the way.
Yeah, they got a big line.
Yeah, Buchholz has been a really good program now for a few years.
I finally got rid of that quarterback because he was dang good. Did he go to Florida? I
don't know if he ended up going there or not.
I think he's at Mississippi State.
Is that where he went? I think you're right. I think he did go to Mississippi State.
I think he had an older brother that was out already.
Maybe that was
as well.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah, the wide out. Yeah. The one was a wide out went, and I think he transferred out.
There's a pick. That stand looks like it's going to stand.
Well, they came out of timeout and they had a miscommunication play because we got an interception for Bartram Trail. That's Damian Bridges, the junior DB. And with 20 seconds to go, I don't think they're going to do anything crazy here, but at least it thwarts any opportunity.
Yeah.
Huge play, Sully.
Yeah, big play. Yeah, really, if he stayed on his feet, he might have got a real return, but they get the turnover. So, again, I'm with you. I don't think he'd take a shot. I think he'd take a knee and just get out of there.
All right, so here's the deal, Nick. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure they don't try anything crazy. And if they don't, we're going to take a timeout and get to the top of the hour. We'll have the finish of this game in overtime, which is fun. We already had one of those earlier this year with Bartram Trail. They beat Ware County. And then we'll also have our committed to the uncommitted and get ready for the Friday Night Blitz at 10:30. We're staying with you on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network all the way until midnight. They're going to try something here. Oh my gosh. What are they doing?
Well, we're staying here.
What are you doing, Sully?
I don't know.
What was the point of the play? It was going to get 12 yards and the clock was going to run out. If you're going to throw it deep, but...
Well, you got to take in consideration the young man probably playing his first meaningful snaps in a game like this. And he was locked in on the one guy. And now Buchholz gets one play, gets 10, 12 yards. They may run the field goal kicker out and win the game.
So they're at the 41. Still a long way away. And if you're Bartram Trail, you need to tighten up here.
They look confused, by the way.
Yeah, don't give up 15 or 20. They'll pick up 8-9 yards. We'll see if DR pops over and gives us a little look at the scoreboard here and see how much time is left.
We can't be, you hate to be overly critical. I'm not going to be that guy. It's tough. But, Sully, you can't put the kid in that spot.
No.
Just go to overtime. I guess I am going to be critical.
No, I'm with you. I think you got to do that, especially it'd be different if you had a quarterback that played for you all year and been in this situation in these games.
All right, so 9 seconds to go here.
They got to come up with a stop. I mean, you might be able to kick something now, but you're going to run one more play.
You're at the 30. You're at the 33. I mean, that's a 50-yard. That's a 50-yarder.
Yeah, but still, by the way, that's the last play because he just threw it up in the air for like 5 seconds.
My goodness.
So now you're going to kick, I think, or a Hail Mary. It just depends on who your kicker is.
I don't know if you got a 50-yard kicker.
He brought the kicking ball in right here, I think. Okay. So they have a kicking ball in high school? They must.
Yeah. Here's number 23 there.
So it's going to be a 51-yard field goal, and Corey Johns wants a timeout, I think. He's not happy with that white hat official, I can tell you that. You're going to have to take a breath right here, Sully. Like you got to survive another scare if you're Bartram Trail, and then try to hold the rope for an overtime win.
Just tell the guy on your sideline they timeout. You know?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, that was kind of weird. By the way, we jumped. This game was 2:03 to go, like 25 minutes ago.
Yeah. We're still. By the way, quick research. Jay Gunta for Buchholz against Nice kicked a 46-yarder to force overtime. Of course, we know the Panthers went on to win that game. So this 51-yarder would be within his range. I think his long last year was 48. On a year he went, I think, 16 to 17. So this is a good kicker now for Buchholz. Bobcats certainly have confidence in him. And let's see, we're waiting. Okay, now we're blowing the whistle, and now we're ready to do this thing. All right, so Jay Gunta, G-I-U-N-T-A, Gunta maybe, is your kicker for the Buchholz Bobcats. This would win the game for the visitors from Gainesville.
Block it and run it back.
The kick is up, and
a lot of leg.
Is short. No good.
That's a good leg, man.
That's what I'm saying. He's got a leg.
That's a hell of an effort.
All right, so I think we're going to get some bonus points.
All right, so let's do this. We got overtime. It's going to be each possession 10 yards, 10-yard line. We'll keep it up just in case we miss any of it, but few-minute timeout here on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Final moments of this game, committed to the uncommitted. Friday Night Blitz coming up 10:30. We're not going anywhere. You don't go anywhere either.
Nobody but Nimnicht. Our family has purchased 6 vehicles from Nimnicht Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Who gives you top dollar for your trade? Nobody but Nimnicht. Save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnicht Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnichtBuickGMC.com, and while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnicht is there for you, even on Sundays. So, who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? The answer's simple. Nobody but Nimnicht. Your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC. We are professional grade.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2. See that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it.
10 o'clock hour we go. We've got the Friday Night Blitz coming up at 10:30. We have Battle of the Bands at 11 o'clock for 15 minutes. Another edition of the Blitz, and then we'll recap the night all the way until midnight on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Great to have you along. We're on social media. Got going on that part a little bit late, but we're on Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, actionnewsjax.com, Action News Jax app. You can watch these live games that we're showing you while you're at other games if you want, or if you've got an event you're at and don't really like being at the event, you can watch it right on your phone. Also, from your living room on the Action News Jax Now app on your smart TV. These are the games we featured tonight. Fleming Island in our game of the week, all over Middleburg. They win the district championship. Nice crushing Tocoy Creek. Number one team in the state continues to play really good football. First Coast and Fletcher. Fletcher routs the Bucks. The Bucks will be our game of the week against Jackson next week. And Ware County was beating Warner Robins 21-7. Be a good win if that holds for them. Come with me over here and we'll show you the wall that says it all and walk right into the big scoreboard that we have. This score right here is wrong. Somebody went in and put a different score. It's 21-20. Ed White beat Riverside. Huge win for them. They win the district championship. Bowl's a big winner. Sewanee over Atlantic Coast. We showed you that earlier. Savannah Country Day beats Episcopal 33-10. Rains all over Yulee. They continue to pass all the tests. Impact Christian getting a win over Fernandina Beach. St. Augustine. Whew. Flying with 63-7 win. There's Nice 48-15. Mandarin with a huge win over Oakleaf. We showed you a bunch of those highlights. They win the district championship. We'll hear from Coach Toby Bullock coming up on the Friday Night Blitz, and maybe even before then. West Nassau with a W. Trinity Christian does the same. Fort White beats Hilliard. Columbia over Clay. And as you can see, some of these other scores, some notable ones. Bradford wins easily. Haven't got an update from Baker County, so we'll try to get that one. And there's that Ware County over Warner Robins, 21-13. All right, well, Bartram Trail in Buchholz just went to overtime. We showed you every play in the fourth quarter. They did the coin flip, they settled things, and here we go. First play of overtime, Buchholz with the football. You get it at the 10-yard line. Each team gets a possession, and now it's up to Bartram's defense. It was up to Bartram's defense. We welcome in Coach Kevin Sullivan as well. And Sully, you're going to see this one in a matter of seconds, but the first play for the Bobcats is a touchdown. So now it's going to be up to the Bartram Trail offense to answer.
Yeah, and I think Buchholz is sort of fits them good in here. They're a big, strong running team, and they just sort of lay on you. And that young man's had a good night tonight.
When we joined this game, by the way, we didn't plan to show you this game. We were at Nice and Tocoy Creek, but it was a blowout. So our buddy DR, who was at the game, went back to Bartram Trail, and we picked it up at 24-17 Bartram. Then they trailed 31-24. They scored in the fourth quarter to tie it up. And then each team had a chance at the end of regulation, but wasn't able to get it, including that young man, the kicker, who just made the extra point. He just barely missed a 51-yarder to win the game as time expired. That's how we got to overtime. So 38-31, the Bobcats score on the first play, and now we get Bartram Trail with a chance to answer. And when they get out to offense, we'll take that full. But Sully, huge game, as we've been trying to remind folks, for Bartram Trail. They sit at 3-4. It's an unusual spot for them. They're trying to get a big win here tonight. Did I lose Sully?
Yeah, I'm here. I got you. You got me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay. Yeah, I thought we were in and out.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it'll be good. It'll be good. They can run the ball, Bartram Trail, and I think they should stay on the ground and work some play action stuff and keep that pressure off that quarterback tonight.
Yeah, remember it's
overtime.
The junior quarterback is playing for Bartram Trail instead of Weatherly, and they're going to throw it on the first play, and they're going to try to hit Caldwell, and they do, and that looks like a touchdown. And what a nice play!
Wow.
Hey, forget about the run. Each team scored on the first play of overtime, Coach.
I love it, man. I love it.
Hey, what a nice job by that young man. Give him a lot of credit. Colson Baum, he threw that in a nice spot for DeAndre Caldwell to be able to go make a play. Hey, are they going for two, Coach?
They did it against Ware when they scored and went for two.
All right, here we
Early
go.
in the year.
Here comes a two-pointer. Remember, that was a great individual effort in that game to get the two-pointer. This is to win or lose the game for Bartram Trail. They rolled it out. He's got to get rid of it. Oh, he just couldn't get enough on it. They had the play, but the receiver stumbled. Good pressure by the Bobcats. I think they had the play, Coach, but the Bobcats were able to disrupt it just enough.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. So, yeah, they get to. Oh, they were trying to throw it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good call. They took Caldwell, brought him around like a mesh underneath, and then brought the one guy back and rolled it and tried to run the throwback. And that's a good effort by those guys.
Yeah.
Very good effort.
By the way, that's a good play by Buchholz there as we see the handshake line. We can stay on that too. But a good football game. I like the call. They obviously decided, hey, we're going to go for two regardless. And I think you said it, right? They kind of decoy Caldwell there. But the pressure on the junior quarterback, Baum, was just enough that I don't think he could get enough mustard on it. And at the same time, the receiver, who I didn't see the number, it looked like he stumbled a little bit to try to get back to the football. And I mean, we're talking about a half a yard more of air, and that's a 2-point and a win. Instead, it's a loss for Bartram Trail.
Yeah, and I think what happened was either the linebacker or maybe the DB collided with that crosser, and it made him stumble from what it looked like from what I saw as he was throwing it back. But so you see Weatherly, he's got a boot on his leg.
Oh, you just saw. That's a good observation by you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw him with a boot on his leg, and I'm not sure if that was him or not, but it looked like it was.
Yeah, so that's too bad. Well, this, hey, at the end of the day, a heck of a football game. Great effort once again by Bartram Trail. But, man, this is unfamiliar water now for them. I mean, 3-5 on the season, and that one might be a devastating blow to any chances.
Yeah, without a doubt. And again, I thought they really did a nice job tonight. You know, they sort of played great defense in the fourth quarter when they had to make a stop, and they got it. And I think they've made some strides tonight, and I believe they're a pretty young team. So I think coaches sort of gonna have to get them regrouped and everything, and try to get the last one. They've got Nice. I believe Nice is their last one, right?
I think no. Nice is going to play Beachside, I believe.
Okay.
So I got to check who Bartram has. I'm not sure. I think Nice is playing Beachside though. I'm
talking about the extra week they added. I think they haven't played yet, Nice and Bartram.
No, you're right. They were going to play on that Monday, and then when the extra week got added, they said, "Hey, let's move it to that week." You're right.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And that'll be a good football game in a couple of weeks. So heck of a game there. We got to show it. We didn't have the great we've had on the show. We like to brag about all the great finishes we've had. We really haven't had them, but then we went and found one anyway, Coach.
Yeah, that was good because like most of the game, the Oakleaf Manor game was a great one, really good game, but it went so fast, and then us being able to change. So. Yeah, that was a good one, good finish, and we've had a couple good Bartram games on the app this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Right here on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Thanks to our partners at Jaguars Prep and Whataburger and all our friends. We got Donato's Pizza here for the crew tonight. One of these nights you're going to have to come up so you can get some Donato's Pizza, Coach. But you're at home. That's okay. Baker Sports and everybody else who supports our high school coverage in the area. We appreciate it, and we're going to do more of this. And Corey John's talking to a dejected group right now, but that was a heck of an effort. And you like the play. You know, one thing you like, Coach, sometimes, and we try not to be too critical, but you like, we'll have times where we're like, oh, man, why did they call that play, right? This was one of these situations where it's like, hey, that was a good play. Just sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I try never to be critical of coaches because I've been in that spot right there trying to make that call, and we're going for 2, and this is what we've worked. We've had this play when we go to overtime and we need a 2-point play. We've worked it all week. We've drilled it for 2 weeks. Sometimes we drill it for 3 or 4 weeks, and boom, and you call the play and get it, and it works, and then sometimes it doesn't. So I'm one of those guys that's not hardly critical of coaches because I've been in that situation.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, second guess all day, but I remember Corey Johns, when they beat Ware County, he said, hey, we knew right away we were going for it. And they said the same thing, I bet, at the beginning of overtime. Hey, if they score here, we score, we're going for 2. And so that's a lot of conviction. You can appreciate that. And heck, we say that here in Jacksonville about Doug Peterson. He's convicted to go for it. You don't have to always agree with him, but he's convicted to go for it. And of course, in the NFL, we get to second guess and criticize him a lot more.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they're making $8-10 million a year. So, you know, and some of the calls they make, we look at like, well, just pay me $1 million a year, and I can do that.
Absolutely. Hey, let's do this. Sully, don't go anywhere. I want to get to Committed to the Uncommitted presented by Nimnick Buick GMC in just a moment. But I think, guys, Nick, if we have Marcel and Olivia with post-game reaction. We'll probably hear some in the Friday Night Blitz, but why not do that right now? And let's start with Marcel Robinson if we can. He was at the Fleming Island game, and Fleming Island in our game of the week beat Middleburg convincingly tonight as they continue to play excellent football. And Marcel Robinson catching up with Coach Cipoletti a short time ago after the win.
I'm here with victorious head coach Derek Cipoletti. Chip, it's been a while since I've done one of these interviews with you, but no surprise that you're here. Tell me about.
All righty. Is that all we had, or did we punch out of that too soon? We want to try again, Nick. I don't care who it's on. Which one should we? Where should we go?
Can you bring it back? Sorry. Yeah, go back to it.
Yeah, if we have it, we can have it. If not, we can wait till the Blitz. It's up to you. All right, we're going to try again. Okay, good. Get Marcel Robinson moments ago with Coach Cipoletti.
I'm here with victorious head coach Derek Cipoletti. Chip, it's been a while since I've done one of these interviews with you, but no surprise that you're here. Tell me about this dominating win you had over the Middleburg Broncos tonight.
You know, we came in, we knew, I have nothing but respect for Coach Wolf and the Middleburg team. They've got some great players, and quite frankly, I'm a little bit surprised about the outcome. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, and Middleburg played hard, and our kids just executed tonight.
To have such a dominant win, obviously, on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. I know you're probably a little upset that block or that interception on the fake field goal in the first half didn't get you go your way, but to see such a dominant performance, you guys have dominant performances like this all season long. What does it say about your team and their ability to really rally behind these big games?
Well, tonight was definitely complimentary football. We won on all 3 phases of the game, and that's kudos to the coaches and the kids. I'm very excited about that. I felt like we didn't play as clean as I would have liked in the first half. I mean, you mentioned the return getting negated on a penalty. We got to cut those things out. Again, we're hoping to make a playoff run, and that's going to come back to bite us when it counts.
One of the great things, and you kind of just said it, one of the great things is that, like you just said, those type of things can't happen in the playoffs. Obviously, it's great to have a 42-6 win, but when you get to the playoffs, it's not going to be the same type of performances, and to be able to clean that stuff up. You feel like your team responds to situations and messages like that?
Yeah, I think we had to early in the year we had to learn how to lose, and we did a couple times. Obviously, we're 6-3 now, so those 3 losses taught us some things. Taught us we couldn't do those. We were doing those more often, right? So we've reduced them. We've got to cut them out completely if we want to go where we want to go.
Cleaning up those sort of self-inflicted wounds aside, what do you guys have to do to be clicking on the right cylinders as you go through and hopefully make that playoff run?
Got to make sure we distribute the ball on offense to a lot of different people so that people just can't sit on Trace Burney and our back and our quarterback. So we got to get other people involved, and we're starting to do that. Some other guys had some touches tonight and it worked out. And then defensively, we just got to keep on changing up coverages, trying to disguise things and tackle.
Awesome. I'm a little disappointed when you coach. You've been in the game for a long time. They were waiting behind you with the Gatorade box for like 20 seconds. You didn't sniff that out?
Like I told you, it's been a long time since I've been on the sideline as a head man. So they got me better than any other team has. So kudos to them on that.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Coach. Go enjoy the win. That's head coach Derek Cipoletti with the Fleming Island Golden Eagles, victorious winners over Middleburg tonight.
Go Eagles.
That's good stuff. Hey, Sully, I thought that was just sweat on Cipoletti. I guess it wasn't. I guess he got the Gatorade bath for a district championship win.
Heck yeah. I mean, it's been a few years since he's been the head ball coach, too, so I'm sure he probably enjoyed that one tonight.
He said something really interesting there, too. He said, we've got to get it to other people. So the teams going into the playoffs and everywhere else, obviously they've got their stars, Bernie and Broughton, but if we can spread it out a little bit, they can't just key on those guys.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to be able to do. And Coach's been around a long time, and he knows that if you want to make any kind of run with their offensive firepower, they've got to be able to spread the ball. You know you got your go-to guy, Bernie, and everything, but you got to be able to get the other guys involved.
Listen, they're playing excellent football right now. Again, we mentioned it earlier in the show, ever since that Creekside loss, they have really turned it up. Chipolletti got their attention. Congratulations to them on the district championship. More on that game coming up in about 15 minutes as we have our Friday Night Blitz, and it will lead our way in our Jaguars Prep Whataburger Game of the Week with Fleming Island and Middleburg. Before we get to some more reaction and we say goodbye to Coach Sully, I'm going to let him go a little early tonight, but we want to do our Committed to the Uncommitted presented by Nimnicht Buick GMC. We only have a couple more weeks to go in the season, and we nominate a player each and every week. We've probably got some catching up to do because of the storms too, so we'll add a few in here. But one of our nominees will get a $2,500 scholarship at the end of the season. So this is a program that we started years ago. We'd like to highlight seniors who are under-recruited. And it's been fun to watch, Coach, as we continue to see guys that are starting to get offers after we highlight them a little bit. That's happened in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. Tavion Lawson, the young man from Jackson we highlighted a couple of weeks ago, he got an offer from Butler today. So, this is something that we get coaches to send stuff. We get a lot of different things coming in, and this is a good program that you put on, Brent, that we're keeping going.
Yeah, well, it's Sully's connections that get it out there to some of those schools, and so he's a big part of this. But we need you to be a part of it. Coaches, parents, if you know kids that are under-recruited, it gets late in the game. That can be nerve-wracking. We just want to help. We don't know if we can help, but we want to help and expose the kids. So let's do that right now. And our next young man is from Terry Parker High School, and Joris Gibson. Coach, this is a linebacker/athlete. How do you see this young man at the next level?
Well, the thing I like about him is he can play a lot of places. They play him at like the Mike linebacker, and then they move him to Will. They rush him off the edge. He's athletic. He runs downhill. He moves around really well and has a really good nose for the football. And that's one of those guys, you're not just getting one type of player into one spot. I really liked the young man. He's really moved around well. And, I think he's a good football player.
Committed to the Uncommitted, presented by Nimnicht Buick GMC. 6 foot, 180-pound linebacker. He gets that next level. I got to believe they're going to try to put a little more weight on him, right?
Yeah, put weight on him. Probably play one of those safeties and everything that they get around the box, the outside linebacker. But he moves around well enough to cover people, and he also has a really good nose for the football. He sort of can play the run and the pass.
Yeah, and well, that's a beautiful, you said it too. I think we've talked about these guys a little bit. They can play that hybrid position, and maybe he does end up playing that safety spot. With all these defenses playing more and more safeties, right? I mean, they want those, the players that are hybrid guys that can play multiple positions on the field. Versatility is king in all sports, but especially in football these days.
Yeah, and I think that's what he brings to the table because, like you'll see him here, he'll be inside sometimes, then he'll be outside. And I think that's good because it just shows his versatility. He runs, he's got really good closing speed, and he really wraps up, takes on blocks very well. I really like this young man, George Gibson.
Well, Joris Gibson from Parker High School, and the Braves have a good one there, and you can have a good one too at your college program. Take a look at Joris Gibson. Obviously, this is his huddle tape, but there's more to like, and obviously get in touch with the folks at Parker High School for more information on Joris Gibson. I think he has 69 tackles, 11 tackles for loss this year. That was coming into tonight. So hopefully this young man finds a home at the next level. And he looks like, if you follow him on social media, he looks like a guy that's excited and wants to play at the next level, like he's hungry to play at the next level. I don't know the young man, but that's my impression from him. So good luck the rest of the way, Joris Gibson. That's our Committed to the Uncommitted, presented by Nimnicht Buick GMC. All right, Coach Sully, we're going to say goodbye to you because I want to get you out of here, but appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Week 10 in the books. Couple more weeks, and we've got the postseason, Coach.
Yeah, I tell you what, it goes fast, Fred. It's like I used to tell the kids, it's the kickoff classic. It's week 1, week 2, and next thing you know, it's week 10.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It goes by really. It's a beautiful night for it. We've had storms to wrestle with. Everybody's moved their schedules around. You do what you can to get them in. You got district championships. You have senior night. It's really a cool time, a fun time. And that's what the high school sports are all about. Before one last thought. What gets your attention tonight? Obviously, a huge win for Ed White. They beat Riverside. I think the Mandarin win just feels big, going 18-7, and how they were able to do it. Anything else catch your attention, or does that Mandarin one stick out to you?
No, I think the Mandarin one, and like I said, even though Bartram lost, I thought they did a nice job. I mean, they came to play today. They could have packed it in and been done, and they came to play. But the Mandarin win, just the way they've won the last few weeks, taking the pressure off the offense, really playing great on defense. Really impressed with them defensively, which we thought coming into the year defensively, besides the secondary, was going to be an issue. But I think they've really rose to the occasion, and they're winning any way they got to win.
Coach, one other thing, too. Congratulations to Creekside on their first district championship. But the teams that we thought were going to be good, they're cruising now. St. Augustine wins 63-7, Rains 47-0. And quietly, nobody continues to talk about Bowles, but they got a nice 35-0 win over Wolfson. So I think these teams that we thought would be around later in the year look like they're going to be.
Yeah, definitely. Bowles is always going to be in it. And again, that's what's interesting about Trinity and UC and Bowles. You know, their schedules they play. You know, UC is going to end up maybe 6-4, but they played some really good people. Trinity's going to end up 5-5, 6-4, same thing. And I think that's the same thing with Bowles. They lost the first one early in a really good game and have just played really solid down the stretch now. And they're going to get healthy. They're resting kids and getting healthy and everything.
All right, Sully, have a great weekend, man. Let's do it again next week. Hopefully have another fantastic Friday.
All right, I'll see you on Sunday probably.
All right, we'll see you at the Jags-Packers game. I like the sound of that. Have a great weekend. That's Kevin Sullivan, our Hall of Fame coach. And while we stay on the scoreboard here, let's hear from the Mandarin head coach, Toby Bullock. They got it done with defense. They made enough plays by the freshman, not only the quarterback, but the receiver too. Jason Hamby, Action Sports Jax's Jason Hamby, catching up with Coach Bullock a short time ago.
All right, Coach, district champs again, despite all the obstacles. Is this one more impressive almost than some other ones that you've won?
Every team has its own feeling. You love all of them individually. So it's the same. It's not more. It's not different. It's just everyone is its own individual thing. In 2022 was my first time being a head coach again from leaving Wolfson. And Wolfson, I didn't have that great of a career. And so to have the district championship in 2022 was very special because it showed that what we believed worked. 23, it was great because we played together so well and we were able to go on a run. This year is great because we've overcome some major hurdles. And to be 7-2 going into the last week of the season, have a guaranteed playoff spot, pretty awesome.
Coach, I mean, you talk about those hurdles. You obviously lose the star quarterback in the second game. You lose the star receiver for a couple of games, and you've switched your offense around. You're known as a high-flying offense more so, and you come out and win this game by running the football, controlling the football, and playing defense. Is that props to your players? I mean, it's very impressive to see a coach and a team win a completely different style from what we're used to seeing.
Mike Leach said one time, balance is getting the ball to your players. It's not run or pass in the yardage, and so that's what we believe. If we can spread the ball around and get it to our explosive players, then we're balanced. And we try to keep a balanced offense to be able to give it to the hands. And right now we've been able to run the ball, and tonight we were able to throw it more than we have in the last few games. And it came together for us tonight, and our defense was excellent.
All right, Coach, what do you got to do to make a big playoff run this year?
Stay healthy and stay locked in.
Appreciate it. Congratulations.
That's Coach Toby Bullock. What a job he's done. 3 in a row now for the Mandarin Mustangs. And he said stay healthy. Unfortunately, they haven't stayed healthy enough. That's why they're in a position where they're playing a freshman quarterback, Tremel Jones, Florida State commit, hurt early in the season. But hats off to those guys for keep battling. They've got a ton of talent, but they still found a way. Those kind of injuries can derail you now. And it didn't let it happen. They're a defensive club right now with their offense that has to do enough, and they did enough. A couple of touchdowns from freshman to freshman. Bryson Wright on the receiving end of a couple of those for the Mandarin Mustangs. Nick, let's finish this show by just showing the scoreboard one more time if we can, because we're going to go into the Friday Night Blitz in just about 80 seconds or so, and we'll have highlights from not all of these games, but a lot more of the games. We're able to show you 5 or 6 different games tonight live. A lot of them really didn't come down to the end, but then we did show you the Bartram Trail game, showed you every play in the fourth quarter and in overtime. Bartram just comes up short in that one. It says 31-31 on the scoreboard, but it didn't work out that way for Bartram Trail. Instead, they lose in overtime because they went for 2 and they missed it just by a smidge. Bartram falls to 3-5, but it was a heck of a game. You can always go back and watch it all weekend long, and we'll replay our Action Sports Jax 24/7 network Saturday and Sunday, and even into Monday with our Friday night Zone Blitz, so if you missed any of those plays. But we'll show you the highlights in just a little bit. Just talked about Mandarin. Big one with Ed White getting the win. That will be highlighted on the Friday night Blitz in just a couple of moments as well. And after the Blitz, don't forget that we do have our bands that will play from 11 to 11:15 before we do the short edition of the Blitz. I'll let you guys look at the scores. I'll get out of here. We'll hit a commercial break in just a moment. Come back at 10:30 with the Friday Night Blitz. All the highlights brought to you by Jaguars Prep and Whataburger.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports. From Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
The best stories sometimes come after the game. Join us for in-depth conversations with local coaches Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 p.m., including our latest guest on the program.
We've had kids come up to us and say, we practice like this every day. Like that first spring, he's like, Coach, we got more done today than we would get done in a week last year. And it's always been that way, and through thick and thin, through hard and easy, through good and bad.
Catch up on the chats you missed by watching the After the Game playlist on our Action Sports Jax YouTube page.
Nobody but Nimnicht. Our family has purchased 6 vehicles from Nimnicht Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Who gives you top dollar for your trade? Nobody but Nimnicht. Save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnicht Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave. So I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnicht is there for you, even on Sundays. So, who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? The answer's simple. Nobody but Nimnicht. Your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC. We are professional grade.
This is Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
The last time we're going to play on that field as a group in a home game. Play for each other. I love you guys. Listen up. Go out there and have a blast. Let's show them how we do things in the Burg. Let's go.
Coach Wolf and Middleburg trying to get a win over Fleming Island in our game of the week here on the Friday Night Blitz, and it's a pink out in Middleburg. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Friday Night Blitz. If you're watching this on TV, that means it's like 2:30 in the morning.
Kudos to you.
But if you're watching this on social media and on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, we're live.
Yeah, 10:30 p.m.
That's right.
A lot earlier.
Normal time.
Normal time here for the Friday Night Blitz. And this is the normal 30-minute show, so we got highlights to get to. Let's get this thing cranked up, shall we? And let's get it started as we always do with our Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
All right, so we got two teams from Clay County on the docket tonight. You saw Middleburg. Well, it's Fleming Island paying them a visit. Sebastian Broughton, he'll drop back, find Tristan Stevenson crossing over the middle. Stevenson huffs and puffs his way down the sideline into the end zone, and the visitors go ahead 7-0 early on. Broncos respond with a touchdown of their own. Carson Stewart, what a dime to Joel Lowe in the back of the end zone. PAT no good, however, so Middleburg down 7-6 early in the second quarter. So they kept it close for quarter and a half. Golden Eagles dial up the running game on the ensuing drive. Demir Jackson dragging defenders across the goal line, extends the lead to 8. Then, still in the second, Broughton finds Trace Burney underneath, bobbing and weaving and going through defenders on the way to the end zone. Fleming Island ahead 21-6. Late first half, Broncos trying to get tricky to close this thing out. They dial up the fake. It's a fake, but however, it's intercepted by Sebastian Cruz. He runs this thing all the way back. Brent, what happens?
Flag.
Oh, not a flag. That would have been play of the week. Yeah, however, it is not. It is a flag. But Fleming Island does add to its 21-6 halftime lead with 3 more touchdowns in the second half. 42-6 your final. Here's Marcel Robinson with the victorious Coach Cipoletti.
I'm here with victorious head coach Derek Cipoletti. Chip, it's been a while since I've done interviews with you, but no surprise that you're here. Tell me about this dominating win you had over the Middleburg Broncos tonight.
We came in, we knew, I have nothing but respect for Coach Wolf and the Middleburg team. They've got some great players, and quite frankly, I'm a little bit surprised about the outcome. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, and Middleburg played hard, and our kids just executed tonight.
To have such a dominant win, obviously, on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. I know you're probably a little upset that block or that interception on the fake field goal the first half didn't get you go your way, but to see such a dominant performance, you guys have dominant performances like this all season long. What does it say about your team and their ability to really rally behind these big games?
Well, tonight was definitely complimentary football. We won on all 3 phases of the game, and that's kudos to the coaches and the kids. I'm very excited about that. I felt like we didn't play as clean as I would have liked in the first half. I mean, you mentioned the return getting negated on a penalty. We got to cut those things out. Again, we're hoping to make a playoff run, and that's going to come back to bite us when it counts.
One of the great things, and you kind of just said it, one of the great things is that, like you just said, those type of things can't happen in the playoffs. Obviously, It's great to have a 42-6 win, but when you get to the playoffs, it's not going to be the same type of performances, and to be able to clean that stuff up. Do you feel like your team responds to situations and messages like that?
Yeah, I think we had to early in the year we had to learn how to lose, and we did a couple times. Obviously, we're 6-3 now, so those 3 losses taught us some things. Taught us we couldn't do those. We were doing those more often, right? So we've reduced them. We've got to cut them out completely if we want to go where we want to go.
Cleaning up those sort of self-inflicted wounds aside, what do you guys have to do to be clicking on the right cylinders as you go through and hopefully make that playoff run?
Got to make sure we distribute the ball on offense to a lot of different people, so that people just can't sit on Trace Burney and our back and our quarterback. So we got to get other people involved, and we're starting to do that. Some other guys had some touches tonight and it worked out. And then defensively, we just got to keep on changing up coverages, trying to disguise things and tackle.
Awesome. I'm a little disappointed when you coach. You've been in the game for a long time. They were waiting behind you with the Gatorade box for like 20 seconds. You didn't sniff that out?
Like I told you, it's been a long time since I've been on the sideline as a head man. They got me better than any other team has. So kudos to them on that.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Coach. Go enjoy the win. That's head coach Derek Cipoletti with the Fleming Island Golden Eagles, victorious winners over Middleburg tonight.
Go Eagles.
Yeah, thumbs up for him. I mean, what a job he's done. He wasn't the head coach in August.
No.
All of a sudden, he became the head coach due to circumstances. And look what he's done. And they suffered a devastating loss to Creekside a couple weeks back. Yep. And since then, they've been lights out good. Heck of a response by Fleming Island and Coach Cipoletti. All right, take a look at our games of the week. Look at all that we've had. We're down to the final one.
That's it. We got one more to go. And and it's going to be a pretty cool deal.
Yeah.
A big farewell game coming up for one of the legends of the coaching ranks, inner area, and Marty Lee and the First Coast Bucks. They play host to Bobby Ramsey and the Jackson Tigers in which should be a lot of fun. That's going to be a Thursday nighter, by the way. So on Halloween, if you are new here, all the Duval County public schools the week of Florida, Georgia always play on Thursday, and just about everybody else plays on Friday. So that Thursday next week, we're going to have a 15-minute blitz, 11:15 on CBS 47 Fox 30, with the full Zone Blitz coverage on Friday, as we've done tonight.
Yeah, and heck, maybe we'll get Marty Lee on that Friday night, along with Sully and everybody else. So that will be a celebratory game for him. We got more action to get to right now.
Yeah, let's check it out. The aforementioned Andrew Jackson Tigers at home, playing host to the Baldwin Indians. And that Indians defense started this one strong. Marcus Griffin in the backfield and takes down the quarterback for the Baldwin sack. Tigers offense, though, comes up with a big play. No, that's not the throw. That's the throw. Jamarian Dixon keeping the play alive and finds Anthony Jones. Look at, coach says he caught it. Refs say he caught it.
Wow.
Actually, refs never actually said he caught it. They discussed it, and then they just put the ball there, and so we kept playing. The drive would stall, however. Here's Yanni Lloyd, number 0, taking down number 0. Some 0-on-0 crime in the backfield there. Late in the first quarter, the deadlock, finally broken. 4th and long. Let's go end zone.
Wow.
Gage screws to Kelvin Brown, diving catch for the score.
Nice play.
Baldwin goes ahead 7-0 at that point. They would block a field goal from about 30 yards, 25 yards as time expired and win it 10-9 in a defensive struggle down on Main Street.
We mentioned Marty Lee, First Coast, traveling to Fletcher. Nice night out at the beach. Pick it up. Fletcher already up 14-0. First Coast Mike Hill throw it into traffic and a little along the sideline. Got tipped right to DeAndre Smith. Took it to the house. Receiver/corner. He knows what to do once he's got the football. Fletcher takes a 21-0 lead. Fletcher has the ball again down the red zone. Trevor Bryan, he's going to punch that one in. Fletcher wins 28-0. Here's Olivia Tassley with head coach C4.
Olivia Tassley here with winning head coach Theatric Faison. How does this one feel after getting no wins in the month of October and you finally get this one and it's a district win?
It feel good. You know, we lost 3 in a row. That ain't the way we wanted it to be, but after, playing 3 tough teams and we saw what we could do versus Mandarin last week, and then we realized we still have an opportunity to still get to the playoff. We maybe could backdoor our way in.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel to know that this was head coach Marty Lee's final road game before his retirement, and you will always have his loss on the road as his retirement heads out?
It's kind of a hard win for me to go against Coach Lee because, a couple of years ago he gave me the opportunity to come over there and run his offense and to be more of get ready for more of the head coach position by coaching under him. And, it's nothing but love with Coach Lee, and, it's just an honor that I'm his last game.
What did this win, what did you see out of this win from your guys? I mean, you put up a goose egg against the other guys, right? 28-0 by the end of the quarter. How did it feel?
It felt good. The guys had fun, played with some bounce, then put their head down after the last 3 weeks. So it's definitely felt good that those guys are still motivated to play football.
I saw head coach Marty Lee saying goodbye to all your guys and saying, great game, get ready for the offseason. And then he ended it with, go beat that private school next week. What does that mean to you as he wishes you guys well in the next game?
Like I say, it's always love with me and Coach Lee, and he always wants me to do great. And that's one thing I always love Coach Lee for, no matter what it is and what I'm doing. Coach Lee always wants me to do great. So by him saying that, man, I'm kind of used to it, but it's an honor that he feel the way he do about me.
All right, what's your message to this winning locker room tonight?
Let's put this behind us and try to control our own destiny and get to the playoffs.
Perfect. Coach, enjoy your win. Have a great night.
I appreciate it.
No problem. That'll do it for me at Fletcher High School, guys. Let's send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Liv. A lot of love for Marty Lee there from C4 as well, and really all around the area. Now over to Riverside and Ed White for the district championship. Ed White got the ball first, stalled out. Riverside takes it, and they were content to just keep handing the ball to Sherman Davis. Senior running back runs over a man, sets up the Generals in plus territory. So they just keep handing it to him, and he rewards it. Davis gets in the end zone and gives Riverside an early lead. Defense picked it up then after a few punts. Riverside gets the ball back, trying to extend the lead. But, oops, on defense, it's picked off by Devontae Mango, and that's going to be a pick 6. Commanders get the extra point, and they go up 7-6. Ed White scored with 13 seconds to go to win this. What a win for Ed White. 21-20, they take the district championship.
How about Mandarin and Oakleaf? This is another one with a district title on the line. We'll pick it up in the third. Here's Knox Annis, the freshman quarterback, hitting Bryson Wright, the freshman wide receiver, for the touchdown. That puts Mandarin ahead 12-0 over Oakleaf. In the fourth quarter, Annis rolling to his right. And watch this play. Just absolutely launches it. Got to adjust. There's Wright. There's the catch. And another touchdown, freshman to freshman, makes it 18-0. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Oakleaf trying to get back into it. Malachi Wharton, he'll score for the home team, but it's too little, too late. 18-7, your final score. Mandarin gets the win. Coach Toby Bullock and the Mustangs win the district title.
Mike Leach said one time, balance is getting the ball to your players. It's not run or pass in the yardage, and so that's what we believe. If we can spread the ball around and get it to our explosive players, then we're balanced. And we try to keep a balanced offense to be able to give it to the hands. And right now we've been able to run the ball, and tonight we were able to throw it more than we have in the last few games. And it came together for us tonight, and our defense was excellent as normal.
All right, Nice traveling to Tokoi Creek, and Nice has been on a roll, and guess what? They stayed that way. Nate Harry here's it out to Vernon Stevens. He's got it in stride, right in the breadbasket, avoids a tackle, and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Nice Panthers. You know, they're the number 1 team in the state. What a season so far. Nice would be too much. Tokoi Creek's quarterback throwing, and that's an interception. It's picked off by the Panthers, and Nice rolls to another win, 48-15. They'll play Beachside next week and try to stay undefeated.
By the way, they win the district title if Bartram Trail loses to Buchholz. Hey, look, we've got those highlights right now. How about that?
Way to set the table.
It's like we do that on purpose or something. How about Josiah Powell? He is a talented running back for Buchholz, the Bobcats out of Gainesville. That tied the game up at 24. A little bit later on, this is fourth quarter action. Justin Williams just bouncing off of would-be tacklers. This drive started at the 2. At the 2. And they go 98 yards in 4 plays. 31-24, take the lead. How about an answer? Colson Baum to Arthur Lewis, the 4th. Touchdown. That would force overtime in the extra period. Buchholz right away goes right back to Williams. He powers through. There he goes, number 13. Touchdown, Bobcats. So Bartram Trail's turn. Here's Baum, number 9, your quarterback. Nice little move there. Takes the hit, finds DeAndre Caldwell, touchdown. Coach Corey John says we're going for 2 and the win. Here's your 2-point play.
They got the play. He tripped.
Kind of falling away, couldn't get it to the receiver. Incomplete pass, ends the game. Bartram Trail falls, and the winner is the Buchholz Bobcats. By the way, the big winner is the Nice Panthers. They win the district title by lieu of this result. So tough way to go. But hey, you win by the 2-point conversion, you lose by it. They obviously beat Ware County that same way earlier in the year.
It was a great play call. They just got the little denied by the Bobcats. A good defense, good win by Buchholz. Bartram now 3-5, which is stunning. All right, now take a look at what we've got coming up next week. Creekside, we don't have highlights, but they won a district championship tonight. First time ever. So congratulations to the Knights and Sean McIntyre on the win. And, well, they'll get this game coming up next. Ponte Vedra, we'll show that to you live next week on the Friday night Zone Blitz, the entire second half. We've also got Providence Bishop Kenny. I like this one. Congrats to Bishop Kenny. They won a district championship tonight. Providence fell short last night, so that will be a good matchup. Orange Park at Clay, we'll have that one. And also Greenbrier at Glen Academy is also on the docket for us to show you in the Friday night Zone Blitz from 8 p.m. until midnight next week.
Well, we're going to need help for one more streaming game. Here are your options. How about Fort White at the surging Fleming Island Golden Eagles? Yulee and Menendez doing battle. Tokoi Creek at Oakleaf, and Camden County playing host to Tift County. We'll have that vote up on the Action Sports Jax Twitter page in just a bit.
Yeah, make sure you vote, and if you want to see us at the game, we'll have a camera there again. It's been fun. Great way to see the entire Bartram tonight. We saw the whole fourth quarter and overtime, every single play. Just a reminder, you can go back and watch the replay of all of those. maybe on social media like YouTube, but also on our Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. We replay the show all weekend long. All right, when we come back, more games, including a revisit to our game of the week and show you a little bit more about what happened in Fleming Island's big win as they get crowned district champs.
We are the Middleburg Broncos, and this is Friday Night Blitz. Horsepower.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports, from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com. Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Jax 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jags, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget, the Brent and Austin Show. They're all in on Trevor. Of course. Download the Action News Jax Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjax.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Jax 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time. New to town or always been in town, everyone is always looking for a good pizza place. Our place is Donato's Pizza. We love it and still do love it. When I tell my family I'm coming to Donato's, they say, wait a minute, you got to order some for us. So this is not all for me. Let me tell you what the Martinos get when we put an order in. Well, pepperoni pizza, we usually get more than one of these. And then there's the works, a little bit of everything. And then this is the pizza that can be polarizing for some out there. I don't know why. Hawaiian pizza. Some love it, some don't. At Donato's, you're going to love it, especially with that cinnamon sprinkled on top. Try the pizza my family likes or try your favorite. Right now, you can use the code BRENT20 and get 20% off your order. Every viewer and listener is important to us. And at Donato's Pizza, every piece is important. From fresh ingredients to the dedicated team members and you, the valued customer.
This is Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Was that a post that they got going? Was it I should have looked back.
Hey, you'll see that every day. A little accountability from the young fella. He owned it, whatever it was. Love to see it. Just a moment. And guess what? Fleming Island owned the game tonight. They win our game of the week.
The Coach of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
And Whataburger, I want to present your coach as Coach of the Week here and winning a $1,500 grant.
Hey, you know what? It seems very appropriate for Derek Cipollette to be rewarded for the efforts that he's put in. Obviously, a long-time coach, family, long-time tenure in the area as well, so it's not new to him. Yeah. But what a different circumstance at Fleming Island to come in August, and look what they've done. Win a district championship, 4-0 in district play, and they're playing really good football.
Hey, welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. We got more games to get to, so let's jump right back into it. Let's head to the home of the Braves. Terry Parker playing host to the
Thought we were going to Atlanta.
Rams. Yeah, different home of the Braves. Busy first quarter for the home team. Terry Parker already up 6-0. This is going to extend the lead. Tony Kennedy chucking a pass to Sidonia Limehouse makes it 14-0. Still in the first. Kennedy handoff this time to Santroy Wilson. And, well, does this guy look like another number 4 running back that you might be seeing for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Little Tank Bigsby-esque run just across midfield into the red zone. A few plays later, Kennedy calls his own number for another Parker touchdown. They would score 21 straight to get the scoring started in this one. Terry Parker on their way to a big win this evening.
Let's take it to Atlantic Coast. AC playing Sewanee. And we've got senior night at Atlantic Coast. Jordan Bell knows what to do with this. Rock finds some room and gets the touchdown for Atlantic Coast early on in the game. After that, direct snap to Michael Rosen. Later in the second, Bulldogs, they get a touchdown. Sewanee would go on to pull away in this game and win 42-14.
Up in southeast Georgia, Ware County, the Gators hosting Warner Robins. It's a 7-7 ball game in the second when Tayshawn Franklin does this. That's him running away from everybody into the end zone. Touchdown run for the home team in Waycross. Later on, Luke Cooks, your quarterback, number 12, takes a snap, and he likes this because he's got Cole Cox waiting in the end zone, and there's your touchdown. Ware with a tight victory over a solid Warner Robins team, 24-21. Nice win for the Gators here on Friday night.
The Player of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Oh, we got Fleming Island littered all over this show. How about wide receiver Trace Burney, the junior receiver? He's really their go-to guy. Had 143 yards receiving on 9 catches. And of those 9 catches, 4 of them were touchdowns in a 51-24 victory over Terry Parker. Broughton to Burney. It's been a heck of a connection this season.
Yeah, they did it even more tonight. So good work there. Hey, we got more to come here coming up on the Friday Night Blitz, including your play of the week. So stay with us.
We are the Fleming Island Golden Eagles, and this is Friday Night Blitz. Let's go!
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home.
Nobody but Nimnicht. Our family has purchased 6 vehicles from Nimnicht Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Who gives you top dollar for your trade? Nobody but Nimnicht. Save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnicht Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnicht is there for you, even on Sundays. So, who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? The answer's simple. Nobody but Nimnicht. Your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Winning the state championship at MetLife Stadium my senior year. We played in like a thunderstorm, so it was like super watery, super wet. But we ended up getting a win. I had like 3 sacks. I was sick for like 3 weeks right after that game, and I didn't know if I could make it.
Well, Well, listen, I'll go for the 3-sack part, Josh Hines Allen, when you come back to the bank on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. No love for him. Hey, we got normal time finally again for a countdown to kickoff and none of that London time stuff. We got 11:30 on CBS 47.
The latest I've been up in a while, by the way.
The game is on Fox 30, by the way.
Yep.
This week. And then the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network will have a post-game show for 1 hour. And then it's Action Sports Jax prime time, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30
You're
on
watching the World Series,
CBS
aren't you?
47.
Yeah, you are.
I thought it was a Yankees home run.
That's okay. All right, let's go to our play of the week.
The Smart Play of the Week is brought to you by the FSCJ Manta Rays.
All right, we're taking you back to the First Coast Fletcher game. This is DeAndre Smith with an amazing defensive play. The tip, and he will take it to the house. How about a pick six for the Beach Rats? Fletcher Senators would get a win 28-0 over the First Coast Buccaneers, and that is your Smart Play of the Week.
By the way, we do the Friday Night Zone Blitz each and every Friday. We've got a couple more weeks left of this, 8 p.m. until midnight. We're right in the middle of it right now, quite frankly. We have bands coming up for 15 minutes, and then we'll have another edition of the Blitz, and then we'll recap it all until midnight. Again, replays on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network several times over the next couple of days as well. And we'll take you right up until playoff time with this new format of high school football coverage.
All right, let's recap you on some of the big stories here on the night. We were watching a lot of these district championship games to see who was going to win a district title. Well, Mandarin wins over Oakleaf. That was a head-to-head for a district title. You've got Ed White beating Riverside for a district title. Rains beats Yulee. And then by virtue of their wins, Creekside, Fleming Island, St. Augustine, Bowles, Trinity Christian, and Nice all win district titles tonight based on the way the results all shook out. So pretty sure I got everybody in there. And University Christian last night.
So
those are your district titles
and Crescent
as decided.
City. We'll throw them a
and
little.
Crescent City. Throw them in there down in southern Putnam County.
Yeah, so obviously some big wins. Congratulations to all those district champ winners. Doesn't mean all the other teams are out of the playoffs. Now they're still vying for some of those at-large bids and some of those classifications. All right, let's leave you with a little band play from Beachside Barracudas last night. And we'll have 15 minutes of band coming up at 11 o'clock on our Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Yeah! Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz. Sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
The last time we're going to play on that field as a group in a home game. Play for each other. I love you guys. Listen up. Go out there and have a blast. Let's show them how we do things in the Berg. Let's go.
I love you too, Coach. That's Middleburg Coach Wolf and the Bronx getting ready to play Fleming Island in our game of the week, a battle for Clay County. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Friday Night Blitz. Good to see you on TV. We've been on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network for over 3 hours, and here we are now on CBS 47. Brett Martineau, Stuart Weber.
It's been a long 3 hours, but a fun 3 hours. Go back and check out some of the action. Showed you a terrific overtime finish at Bartram Trail. We'll have that in just a second, but let's head back down to Clay County and get this thing started.
The Game of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
We got Fleming Island on the road to take on the Broncos. Sebastian Broughton, he brought it. Here he's going to find Tristan Stevenson across the middle. Keeps his footing. And there he goes, down the sideline of the end zone, 7-0 Golden Eagles early on. Broncos would respond with a touchdown of their own. Carson Stewart, beauty of a pass to Joel Lowe, back of the end zone. PAT, however, no good. Middleburg trails by 1 early in the second quarter. So close game, 15 minutes into this thing. Golden Eagles dial up the running game on the ensuing drive. They rumble down the field. Demir Jackson just bullies his way into the end zone, extending the lead with less than 5 minutes to go in the half. Still in the second quarter, Broughton to Trace Burney underneath, bobbing and waving and scoring. Fleming Island ahead 21-6. Broncos were trying to get tricky to close out the half. This is no normal special teams play. It's a fake! However, intercepted by Sebastian Cruz. You heard the horn there to end the half in the background. This, however, would get called back by a penalty. Good looking play though. And Fleming Island adds 3 touchdowns in the second half to win it 42-6. So our game of the week goes the way of the Golden Eagles. We're all the way over here now.
Yes.
These have all been terrific games throughout the course of the season. We got one more to go. Jackson at First Coast next week. The Marty Lee farewell game as he coaches. Well, he doesn't play it. Maybe he will play it. I don't know. He might have some eligibility left.
I don't think he has eligibility left, quite frankly. He's running out of coach eligibility left.
Yes.
This will be his final one.
Yeah, but that'll be a lot of fun to celebrate Marty and everything he's done.
We've had a great week, great games of the week with our Jaguars Prep Whataburger games of the week this 2024
The team they will play, by the way, Andrew Jackson. The finger guns mean let's get it going.
That's a good job. Point to it.
Yeah, we got there. I got there. Anyhow, how about Marcus Griffin for Baldwin? Nice sack there by number 55. Double Nichols getting in the backfield. Tigers offense with a big play of their own. Jamarian Dixon, that wasn't the throw. No, this was the throw. There it goes. Anthony Jones hauls it in. Coach Bobby Ramsey says he caught it. Referees say, I don't know, do you know? Let's do it. Anyhow, they set the ball down and said it was a catch. Works for me. How about more defense from Baldwin? This is Yanni Lloyd, number 0, taking down number 0. Another big defensive play. Later in the first quarter, the deadlock finally broken. It's 4th and long, so why not go for the end zone? Gage Screws to Kelvin Brown. What a catch. And how about this? Baldwin would block a field goal as time expires to hold on and win it 10-9.
Of a special teams play. First Coast traveling to Fletcher, and we pick it up, and Fletcher's already up 14-0. First Coast, Mike Hill throwing into some traffic there. The ball got tipped around, and it gets scooped up. DeAndre Smith on the sideline takes it to the house. He's a corner. He's a receiver. He knows what to do with the football. It's 21-0 Fletcher. Badly needing a win in district play. Fletcher has the ball again down the red zone. Trevor Bryan takes the rock into the end zone. Fletcher wins 28-0. So a good W as they try to sneak their way into the playoffs late in October.
Over at Riverside, how about over at Ed White, Riverside playing visit. This is for the district championship. Ed White got the ball first. Their drive stalled out. Riverside takes it. And here we go. Sherman Davis, senior running back, runs over a man, sets up the Generals in plus territory. So they just keep handing it to him, and he's going to reward him. Davis into the end zone. And Riverside takes the early lead. Defense would pick up after that. Got a few punts, and then Riverside with the ball looking to extend their lead. And that's picked off. Devontae Mango. He goes untouched all the way to the house. Commanders make the extra point. They go ahead 7-6. By the way, extra points would be huge because they'd hit one with 13 seconds to go after a game-tying touchdown. Extra point for the win. Ed White gets it 21-20. Final score, Commanders, district champs over Riverside.
All right, Mandarin Oakleaf pick it up in the third. Knox Ennis. He's going to throw it to Bryson Wright, and he catches it behind and hangs on. Nice adjustment on the football by the freshman Wright. That was freshman to freshman, and Mandarin in the lead. Fourth quarter, Ennis now rolls out. He stops, he launches. He's got a one-on-one situation, and it's Bryson Wright, the freshman again. This kid's super talented. He breaks the tackle. That looked like from about 80 yards. Mandarin goes up 18-0. 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Oakleaf does get on the board. Malachi Wart with a nice run there, but it's 18-7. Mandarin back to back, a three-peat district champs under Coach Toby Bullock.
How about next week?
Yeah, we got some good ones here. Creekside, by the way, congratulations to them.
Yep.
They win a district championship.
over Sandalwood.
First one ever. Bishop Kenny won a district championship. Mm-hmm. Well, at least in the driver's seat to win it.
Correct. They have a three-way tie there, so it'll go to the points at the end of the year. They have a solid lead in the points.
Okay,
so they should. They should.
Both those potential district champs are part of the matchups next week.
Yeah, as well as Orange Park Clay and Greenbrier Glen Academy. We got one more up for grabs. I want you to vote on it. Fort White, Fleming Island, Yulee Menendez, Tocoy Creek, Oakleaf, and Tift County at Camden County. That vote will be on the Action Sports Jax Twitter account. Go check it out for next Friday. We'll be right back on the Friday Night Blitz.
New to town or always been in town? Everyone is always looking for a good pizza place. Our place is Donato's Pizza. We love it and still do love it. When I tell my family I'm coming to Donato's, they say, wait a minute, you got to order some for us. So this is not all for me. Let me tell you what the Martinos get when we put an order in. Well, pepperoni pizza, we usually get more than one of these. And then there's the works, a little bit of everything. And then this is the pizza that can be polarizing for some out there. I don't know why. Hawaiian pizza, some love it, some don't. At Donato's, you're gonna love it, especially with that cinnamon sprinkled on top. Try the pizza my family likes or try your favorite. Right now, you can use the code Brent20 and get 20% off your order. Every viewer and listener is important to us, and at Donato's Pizza, every piece is important. From fresh ingredients to the dedicated team members and you, the valued customer. Donato's Pizza, where every piece comes together for a winning combination. Jax Beach and Mandarin locations. Donato's Pizza, every piece is important.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Yeah! Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports. From Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
The Coach of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
And this week, our Coach of the Week goes to Derek Chipoletti and Fleming Island. The Golden Eagles with a win over Middleburg. Very deserving. Coach Chip gets the prize. Thanks again to our partners, Jaguars Prep and Whataburger.
Welcome back here to the Friday Night Blitz. Everybody, Brent Martineau, Stuart Weber, the entire Action Sports Jax team. And let's take a look at the #1 team in the state of Florida.
All classifications.
Out of nowhere, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anybody expected this year. Nice traveling to Tokoi Creek. This thing got so out of hand that we pulled our cameras and left early. Nate Harry airs it out to Vernon Stevens right in the breadbasket. They were up 41-0
at the half.
At the half.
At the half.
That's a touchdown. One of those touchdowns.
Take a bow.
And he's just too much. They're playing offense. They're playing defense. I think everybody talks about their offense, and defense been good too. They keep answering the bell. They keep playing really good football, and be a good one next week against Beachside. They win 48-15.
All right, so Nice won, which meant if Bartram Trail lost, the Panthers clinched the district title. So we got Bartram Trail hosting Buchholz. Bobcats, Josiah Powell, touchdown, ties the game up 24 apiece fourth quarter. A little bit later on, Justin Williams. This drive started at their own 2-yard line. 4 plays later, they were in the end zone. 31-24, Buchholz takes the lead. But Bartram Trail had the answer. Colson Baum out to Arthur Lewis IV. He gets in. It's tied at 31. We're going to overtime in the extra period. Buchholz goes right back to Williams. He scores. Touchdown, Bobcats 38-31. So, Bartram Trail with their possession. First play.
Watch the hit the quarterback takes, Baum.
Colson Baum, number 9, going to hang in there. Takes a lick. Still finds DeAndre Caldwell. Touchdown, 38-37. Kick the extra point, go to second overtime. No, we're going for 2 in the win, and it's incomplete.
They had the play call.
It was the play call.
They had it right.
Incomplete. Bartram Trail falls to 3-5. Nice clinches the district title.
Yeah, second straight year for Nice. Let's head to the home of the Braves. Terry Parker hosting the Inglewood Rams. Busy first quarter for the Braves. Terry Parker already up 6-0, and they extended. Tony Kennedy having a nice season. Checks a deep pass to Sidoni Limehouse. Parker up 14. Still in the first. Kennedy. He's just going to hand it to Santroy Wilson. And Wilson, look at a nice spin move right there. Breaks the tackle, gets the sideline a bit, and then he's finally knocked down. A few plays later, Kennedy calls his own number, and Parker another touchdown. 21 unanswered, and at the end of the day, it's 47-6. Parker gets the W.
The Player of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
It's actually last week's voting. Trace Burney, Fleming Island, had another big night tonight in the big win over Middleburg. But last week, 143 yards receiving on 9 catches. 4 of those 9 catches for touchdowns in a big win for Fleming Island. We'll be right back on the Blitz.
New to town or always been in town, everyone is always looking for a good pizza place. Our place is Donato's Pizza. We love it and still do love it. When I tell my family I'm coming to Donato's, they say, wait a minute, you got to order some for us. So this is not all for me. Let me tell you what the Martineaus get when we put an order in. Well, pepperoni pizza, we usually get more than one of these. And then there's the works, a little bit of everything. And then this is the pizza that can be polarizing for some out there. I don't know why. Hawaiian pizza, some love it, some don't. At Donato's, you're going to love it, especially with that cinnamon sprinkled on top. Try the pizza my family likes or try your favorite. Right now, you can use the code BRENT20 and get 20% off your order. Every viewer and listener is important to us, and at Donato's Pizza, every piece is important. From fresh ingredients to the dedicated team members and you, the valued customer. Donato's Pizza, where every piece comes together for a winning combination. Jax Beach and Mandarin locations, Donato's Pizza, every piece is important.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good.
Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching.
Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports. From Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
Smart Play of the Week is brought to you by the FSCJ Manta Rays.
Let's go to the beach. We got the Fletcher Senators. DeAndre Smith with a pick 6 takes it to the house. That is your Smart Play of the Week. They win 28-0 over First Coast.
Let's show you Atlantic Coast and AC having a little senior night at their home.
For the Stingers in their
and
first
now
time already deep inside
Stingray Ray, or Stingray Bay, they call it.
They got Jordan Bell. Finds some room and gets the touchdown. That would open the scoring up early in the first, but Sewanee would do a lot more scoring.
Yeah,
they would go on to win this one 42-14 is the final.
Up in Waycross, Ware County hosting a Warner Robins 7-7 ball game in the second quarter. Tayshawn Franklin gets the carry and he just goes right through the open hole. Touchdown Gators. Later on, Luke Hooks, quarterback for Ware County. He'll find Cole Cox. And this is a big win for Ware County. They knock off Warner Robins 24-21. Nice win for the home team in Waycross.
I always think it's crazy that Robins is spelled with one B. Yeah. Friday night Zone Blitz, 8 p.m. until midnight, each and every Friday.
Yeah.
What, you don't find that interesting?
You think like Baskin Robbins has 2 B's?
I just feel like Robin should have 2 B's.
I think I like the bird, and that's 1.
Yeah, but we don't say Robins, we just say Robin.
Yeah. Or Batman and Robin. There's 1 B.
Yeah. Maybe I just feel like there should be 2 B's for Brent.
We could do that. We
Or
could,
for
we
the
could
band.
fix it on the graphic there if
Yeah.
you want next week.
Okay, maybe we will.
All right. How about the band of the week? 2 B's. Beachside. All right.
We got Barracudas.
Barracudas. Ooh, Barracuda. All right, that's it for tonight's Blitz. More tomfoolery. Hey, we're still going, by the way, on the stream. Join us there till midnight. Why not? We're going to go talk about it.
Break down the Yankees game.
Thanks for watching Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it. Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good.
Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years, and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching.
Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
When I say it means something to me, gentlemen, it means something to me.
High school football is back, and it's bigger than ever. Welcome to the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
It is bigger than a game.
Watch the biggest games each week live as the action unfolds with instant reaction and analysis from our Hall of Famer, Kevin Sullivan. It starts with live look-ins at the top matchups, including our Jaguars Prep Whataburger Game of the Week, and that is just the beginning of 4 straight hours of coverage. From 8 to 10:30, the Friday Night Zone Blitz is streaming on our Action News Jax app and online. At 10:30, the Friday Night Blitz you know and love. A half hour of highlights from around the area. 11 o'clock, we shine the spotlight on the bands that pump up the crowd. 11:15, it's time to blitz through the highlights online and on air. Then 11:35, back to the stream to break down the night's results with a reaction from local coaches. 4 straight hours of high school football on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Only on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Nobody but Nimnicht. Our family has purchased 6 vehicles from Nimnicht Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Who gives you top dollar for your trade? Nobody but Nimnicht. Save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnicht Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnichtBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnicht is there for you, even on Sundays. So, who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? The answer's simple. Nobody but Nimnicht. Your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
New to town or always been in town? Everyone is always looking for a good pizza place. Our place is Donato's Pizza. We love it and still do love it. When I tell my family I'm coming to Donato's, they say, wait a minute, you got to order some for us. So this is not all for me. Let me tell you what the Martinos get when we put an order in. Well, pepperoni pizza, we usually get more than one of these. And then there's the works, a little bit of everything. And then this is the pizza that can be polarizing for some out there. I don't know why. Hawaiian pizza, some love it, some don't. At Donato's, you're gonna love it, especially with that cinnamon sprinkled on top. Try the pizza my family likes or try your favorite. Right now, you can use the code Brent20 and get 20% off your order. Every viewer and listener is important to us, and at Donato's Pizza, every piece is important. From fresh ingredients to the dedicated team members and you, the valued customer. Donato's Pizza, where every piece comes together for a winning combination. Jax Beach and Mandarin locations. Donato's Pizza, every piece is important. Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. It is the Friday Night Zone Blitz, and this is how we wrap it up. We've only got maybe one more week of this thing. We're still trying to figure that out because there's like a bonus week and then the playoffs. But next week might be it. Heck of a night tonight where we crowned a lot of champions throughout the area. And congratulations to all the district champs as we could go right down the list. I had a list of them somewhere, so let me just go find them, and we'll just go right down the list and tell you who is bringing home the hardware and now punches their ticket automatically to the postseason. Happened last night for University Christian as they beat Providence. Trinity Christian, despite being a down year, they still are district champs. Bowles, no surprise there. Rains gets it done. They beat Yulee tonight, by the way, in easy fashion. Ed White with a heck of a win over Riverside by 21-20. St. Augustine cruises. Fleming Island is really hot now, undefeated in district play, and they win our game of the week over Middleburg in emphatic fashion. Nice, by virtue of their win and also Bartram's loss, wins the district championship for a second consecutive year. Mandarin wins for a third consecutive year, and good for them. It's been a tough road with the loss of Tremel Jones. They had some other injuries too. They're really leaning on that defense now, and he's able to get it done. Did they just hit a walk-off home run? A walk-off grand slam? Or Freddie Freeman? We'll get back to your district championships in just a moment, but the Dodgers just hit a walk-off grand slam you just saw on Fox 30. Holy cow. Holy cow. They walked Mookie Betts. What was it, second and third? And they walked Mookie Betts, which is probably smart. And then they go to Freddie Freeman on the first pitch at a grand slam. I thought I heard some yells going on. That's unbelievable. Wow. Freddie Freeman, by the way, coming back from the ankle injury. We weren't even sure if he'd make it to a series like this. And look what he does. Wow. How about that? What a heck of a game one. Thought the World Series was going to be amazing, and, well, we're off to a heck of a start. That was in extra innings. The Yankees had scored to take a 3-2 lead, and then the Dodgers come back and do that. Ohtani actually had a chance, but he fouled out, and then Freddie Freeman comes up clutch. All right, so I made it through all the district champs except for Creekside. Congratulations to them, first district championship. And also, I didn't mention Bishop Kenny. We think Bishop Kenny basically is going to win the district championship, but not yet. They're going to win on points and RPI rankings and everything else. So they got to kind of wait until see the playoff, until the regular season plays out, and that finishes up to actually raise the hardware. So congrats to all those winners. And what that means is you punch your ticket to the postseason, and in many respects, we'll have a home game most likely, but there's still a chance for a lot of different teams, and a lot of our teams are right in the mix still to get into the postseason based on RPI, strength of schedule, all the rest. So a lot still to play out over the next couple of weeks, and these games late in the year still matter even after the district championships. That's what we like about the new system. The new RPI system creates that, where these games are not just throwaways at the end. They still mean something down the stretch, and that will be the case for a lot of teams in the area. Tonight on our Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, we had a handful of games, and it really was one of the first times this year where a lot of our games were pretty much blowouts. But then we moved over to Bartram Trail, and we got the entire fourth quarter and overtime. Bartram Trail lost on a 2-point conversion. Heck of an effort in that game. They lose to a very good Buellholz team and just come up short in that game, 38-37. We've seen them on the network before win by a virtue of a 2-point conversion against Ware County. So tough loss for Bartram Trail, but we had a chance to show that to you. And if you missed any of that action, you can always go back and watch the replays on YouTube, but also all weekend long on our Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. We had Sean McIntyre on after their big win. We also had Coach David Penland on as well. We had Coach Ripley on from Crescent City, just kind of beyond the area, but good to have Coach Rip on as they win a district championship last night too. So kudos to everybody else. We had a bunch of good games in the area. Bishop Kenny, Westside. That's one of those teams we haven't talked a lot about as we bring in Stuart Weber, I think. But we have not talked about Bishop Kenny too much. I've talked a little bit with Sully, Coach Kevin Sullivan, about them. They've been interesting. They got off to a really nice start. We're like, wow, this is better than we thought. And then they struggled a little bit. I think they had a loss to Parker in there is what got kind of our attention. Like, okay, what's going on? And then they've bounced back, and then they do get a win, but just barely over Westside, 14-10. So I really don't know what to make of Bishop Kenny. It's hard to know exactly where teams are with their injury situations and everything else. We saw that with Bartram Trail tonight, actually. Weatherly was out for the Bears, and a Baumkid came in and did a nice job for them. So we know that's a situation with Mandarin. Yeah. We know like Creekside got banged up the last couple of weeks, big time, but they're starting to get a little healthier. So you just don't know where that situation is for a lot of teams. I think we have your mic.
Microphone works, yeah.
All right.
You just don't get to look at my face.
Well, that's always a good thing.
It's not.
Are you telling me something's not working here today? No way. What else is this? Stunning development.
Hey, man. We battle. We battle here.
Battle on a daily basis.
That's part of it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why we got these guys here. We're just battling. Love it.
So anyway, good night overall.
Yeah,
beautiful night out there. So the weather held. And now we get week 11 and then a little bonus week, Weber, before the playoffs.
I'm curious if maybe we might even have some like added games in there thrown in, like some of the ones that had games canceled and find themselves just with an open week then and want to stay fresh for the postseason, or some that just want to take the extra week and try to recuperate for the playoffs. I mean, a perfect example of that's probably Bowls. So Bulldogs, they don't have a game next week. They don't have a game the week after either. So as it stands right now, they've got a two-week break before they would open up playoff action as a district champion and, be at home. And so, who knows? Maybe they add one in that week for somebody who's missing a game and needs a game. or they just enjoy a little extended break to get healthy.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Around. That's a good sign. Get in the ceiling right now. He'll be over here in a minute.
What a night. Hey, Hamby.
At least we're in the right continent this time, you know?
Yeah, I know it. Hamby, I wanted to, I was going to close the door with another 15-minute band presence anyway on this show, mostly because I wanted to watch the end of the baseball game, quite frankly.
Well, it's over.
But we also got a lot of work to do for tomorrow's No Name show as well. So what the heck? Let's get some. What are you going to listen to us? We've been talking for 3 hours and 45 minutes. You know what's up. We did all the district champions. We'll see next week. Might be the final edition of our 4-hour extravaganza show for 2024, which has been a lot of fun. But we'll have a bunch of good games that we're going to peek in on next week. We've also got a Thursday night edition of the Blitz next week, too, because of Florida-Georgia week. We'll have 11:15, not the whole 4 hours, but 11:15 on CBS 47, Fox 30. So we've got some fun stuff still coming up here on the network and on CBS 47 and Fox 30 along the way. Busy weekend ahead. College football tonight, tomorrow on CBS at 7:30 with Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jax primetime, and a full Sunday slate to go along with all of that with all our Jags coverage on Sunday. All right, Weber?
Yeah, man.
That's it. Good work today.
All right.
Yeah.
Go eat some more pizza.
Yeah, more Donato's Pizza coming up right now. Have a good night, everybody, and have a good weekend.
time.